Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast.
How we doing, y'all? Holy shit. We have a
chilling.
great episode today, man.
I know,
fucking
dude.
excited. We got the great Buddha Joe, one of my mentors in comedy. He's an entrepreneur. He's a photographer. God damn, you do damn near everything, man. How you doing?
Good, yeah, man.
Fucking killing
Whatever
it.
I got to do to not work for somebody.
Right, yeah, dude.
Graphic design, drone footage, flyers, photography, videography, whatever, man.
I forgot to mention he's the king of the cookouts, y'all. King of the cookouts.
Oh,
Buddha
yeah,
Joe,
yeah,
king of the
yeah.
cookouts, man.
Thank
We
you
were
for
at one
coming to the
today.
cookouts.
Hell yeah.
Been throwing some comedy cookouts to get us together outside of comedy and just chill.
Yeah, and not many
sure.
people do that. I mean, not many people do that. I mean, you're the only one that I've ever seen throw a comedy cookout.
My kids are going to be talking about it for weeks about how they got to go up on stage and rip some jokes.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Oh, they were having a blast.
Start them young, man.
Yeah.
Start them young.
It's
good.
Sure.
Man, so, I mean, how long have you been doing comedy?
I think this month is 5 years.
Hell yeah.
Been producing for maybe like 3.5, 4.
Nice.
Started off at the Nook and just other venues, other places, other states, trying to keep it spicy.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Man.
So you make your full income just from comedy, right?
Comedy, working for myself, photography, videography. I make shirts, I make hoodies, like.
That's a lot of work.
A little bit of everything.
That's a lot of work.
Dabbles in it all, man.
Yeah, man. Well, what's the saying? You know, work 80 for yourself so you don't have to work 40 for somebody else.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I work better for myself, man.
Yeah.
I've tried all kinds of work, security, armed security, freezer warehouse manager, business consultant, federal job, and just always felt like it was lacking something.
Yep.
You know?
No, for sure. Yeah, it's rough working towards another man's boat and car.
Yeah.
Fair
Like, you
enough.
know.
I mean, I'm happy, but now I'm lacking money. So.
Yeah, right.
That's how it goes.
It's always a
Yeah.
kick in the ass, dude. Like we get a little bonus at work, and it's like it's just like an extra paycheck.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
a month later, the boss is gone for a week.
Yeah.
Comes back and he's got a brand new Mustang.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
of
be
course,
nice.
man.
thanks for the extra paycheck
Must
there,
be
Chief.
Yeah,
nice.
no, but you got a pizza party though, right?
That's
Like,
it.
come on.
Yeah. Oh, and
Don't-
they gave us Dunkin' cards this year, so
Oh my goodness, man.
You
That's how you
know?
know they value you. So.
American runs on Dunkin'.
Oh man, yeah.
That's awesome, man. No, but yeah, you're definitely one of my mentors in comedy, man. And when I got started, I only did your mics, and I think
Yeah.
I've only done maybe a few in between that weren't yours.
Oh,
and it's
man.
just like, man, every mic you throw is a party.
Yeah.
It's just
I
like
appreciate
from the
that,
Nook, Pulaski, and stuff like that. We always have a damn good time. That's for sure.
I actually told a story not too long on this pod. I mean, a few episodes ago, but so I went out to New York for Kill Tony,
Yeah.
right? And that night, I ended up getting rung into this show. They said Troy Bond was going to be on it.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the show, but we bought tickets because we
Yeah.
thought he would be there, you know. And yeah, man, any given Thursday night was better than that show. For 2 tickets, it cost $60. We
Oh,
had to
man.
get 2 drinks apiece. There's another
Yeah.
$65.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then appetizer on top of that.
Yep.
And it was like, bro,
That's
any
crazy.
Thursday night, I've said this multiple times, at the Nook is better than what I experienced in the center of New York City.
Well,
And-
thank you, man. I appreciate that. We've had some comedians who travel and said it's kind of
Yeah.
like a New York room,
Yep.
which I don't know what that means. I've never been to a New York room. I'm from New York. Everyone in comedy wants to go to New York.
Yep.
You can have it. I'm done with it. Right?
Where exactly from New York?
Queens.
Hell yeah.
So
Very nice. Very
from
nice.
Jackson
Spider-Man.
Heights originally, and I don't know. They talk about gentrification, but I guess my neighborhood got skipped over, man. I was there last time. My grandma's since passed, but I went to her favorite bodega to get some breakfast, like the breakfast she would eat, trying to reminisce. And I got to the corner, and there's like a 2-story New York NYPD guard tower, and I'm like, what the fuck is?
Yep.
So yeah, my favorite thing about Western Mass is that it's Western Mass.
Chill.
You know,
It's
that's
very
it.
chill
Yeah,
around
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
And it's so funny because, like, I'm not from here originally, but a lot of people here look at, like, Springfield and Holyoke as if it's, like, a bad place. And
Yeah, no.
That's
bro.
just racism.
No, it's really chill. Like, all of Western Mass is chill. I don't know, like, Worcester out there much as I don't really go out that area.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, anybody who says that, I'm just like, you are so privileged.
I mean,
Yes.
compared to what they know for their
Yeah,
metric,
right.
it might be. you
Right,
know?
right.
But I've heard some people tell me like, hey, this is the hood of like Chicopee or the hood of South Hadley. And I'm like,
Okay.
You lock your doors. Over there.
That whole sentence is funny.
to each their own, man.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the worst thing you go through is the worst thing to you. So
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. So
Shit, man.
Yeah.
You run all these open mics. What was your first open mic?
Whoa.
first open mic for me was at Bishop's.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I
Sunday?
didn't do bad. I think it was a Sunday. It might have been a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do bad, but I didn't do
Yep.
great.
Yep.
And the next 3 or 4 times I did okay.
Yep.
And I was so afraid of bombing that I wrote, "Don't do this, please." Any comedian trying to get in, don't do this. I wrote like a 5-minute bomb set.
Ooh.
Like the worst like, you know how much you have to bomb in Northampton for someone to yell, "Get the fuck off the stage"?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
real.
you
You
really
know,
got to go out of your way.
Yeah. And after that, I was just like, "Oh, all right."
Okay.
I mean, we all bombed.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, well, I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
right. I'll be there.
Has anybody in
Catch
this
ya.
room ever been to like a slam poetry event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like if people can go up there and do that seriously, I'm never gonna bomb at a mic.
Yeah.
It's true.
At an open mic, I
No,
should
you're
say.
good. Like I've been
That
to an
stuff's
open
harsh.
mic where like 6 dudes all play Bob Dylan,
Oh,
and they do it. Like you're good.
yeah.
Don't worry about your set.
By the way, if you want to do an episode, hit me up in the email. No, I'm kidding.
All 6 Bob
Text
Dylan
me at
impersonators. We'll get 'em,
413.
Nice.
So when you first started, who were some of your mentors? Who brought you under their wing and be like, "Hey, listen, this guy's good."
Okay, so 2 people I credit towards this. Philip Anthony.
Yep.
Big in the comedy community.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And Rob Santos out of
Oh
Harvard.
yeah,
Shout
man.
out. Shout out.
Shout
Big
So-
friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
Yep. Rob did a workshop. He still does it. Each one teach one. I highly recommend it. I found it. I came across it when I first started in comedy, and he taught me, gave me a little more direction how to try to find my voice. My mentors, they're not gonna. This is what a joke is. This is what they don't do that, you know. But I was starting and I was trying to find out what material, and he was like, "Stop! Like what? Tell me something about you." And I was like, "I don't know. I'm like 300 pounds. I like to be Little Spoon when I cuddle." Like, what? Like, okay, more of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For sure.
So a little more vulnerability,
Yeah.
emotional equity,
Mhm.
and then Philip Anthony.
Yeah.
He saw me at an open mic, and put me in an open. He gave me a 5-minute spot in Hartford on a Friday, and Springfield on a Saturday, and I learned so much from that guy. I remember him sitting down eating chicken wings, and Aldo out of New York was headlining, and Richie Hector was out. It was, for me, it was like a mob movie. Like he was the Don, and his headliner was the lieutenant, and then he had the and he's
Yeah.
talking, and I'm like, oh shit, and especially Philip Anthony, he's a free flowing source of information for anybody
Hell yeah.
who wants to learn. So those are my 2 mentors.
That's
right there.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Well, I mean, you're everywhere, dude. You're doing these open mics all around here. You put on showcases all the time and
Yep,
stuff like
yep,
that.
yep.
Well, you've been putting shows on in Carolina, dude. What's that like going down
Yeah,
there?
Raleigh, man.
Whole different scene.
Yeah, I got introduced to that area by Rob Santos.
Nice.
Him, myself, Emily Sierra, and C.W. Davis took a trip a couple of years
No way.
ago.
That's awesome. That must have been a hell of a trip.
It was, bro. We drove down for a one-off show
Yep.
that we maybe broke even on. I don't think we wanted to count.
No.
But it was an experience.
Yeah, right. Just
And
having
to,
fun.
to be able to go like 700 miles away and do comedy for different people,
yeah.
it's amazing. I think that's a true test too. Plus, when you
for
travel,
sure.
man, I don't know. Think of like a snake. It only grows as big as its enclosure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even we as people, we think traveling, oh my goodness, New York it's a 3-hour trip.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours. What do you do today for 10 hours? Where
Yeah.
could you be?
Yeah.
You could be 700 miles away.
For sure.
So it kind of opens up what you think is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But producing a show 700 miles away is kind of tough too.
Yeah.
So
Promoting,
Yeah, I mean,
promoting a
yeah,
show
yeah.
in a different state is insanely hard, I bet.
exactly.
Holy shit.
And I'm going down to perform, not produce more too, because I am a comedian. People
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah. No,
I'm getting Danny Tanner over here. And,
yeah.
Nice.
typecast. They think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because the reason why I produce shows is in part because I do this for a living.
Yeah.
So that's one way of doing it, and,
Yep.
and being on is doing it. But yeah, Carolina, bro.
Hell
You guys
yeah.
want to come through sometime? We gotta
For
set
sure.
up a date.
Yeah, man.
For sure,
Yeah.
man.
You gotta
Take the
make
trip.
it- yeah.
Gotta make the trip. Gotta start doing different stuff. I mean, it's like Western Mass is awesome. You know what I mean? But like sometimes I just feel like trapped at like shows and stuff like that, where it's just not like trapped in the area, but I kind of want to experience something else. You know what I mean? Different crowds, different people.
Oh, for
different,
sure.
I mean, different laughter. You know what I'm talking
You
about?
Yeah.
have to have bigger goals than Massachusetts.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, for sure. And it's cool because even like I went to Raleigh, 700 miles away. Even within the Raleigh area, there are micro communities,
Yeah.
just like here. You know, you drive 20 minutes this way versus 20 minutes that way.
Yeah.
So I did a joke at a place called Slim's, downtown Raleigh. I call it the emo nook. It's like thinner, and it has a little performance stage and a patio in the back. And I did a joke which didn't do well there, but it did 20 minutes away. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
you know, so
Right.
what are you
So
gonna do?
like in today, like where do you get like inspiration for jokes?
Honestly, man, I just living my life, man.
Yep, right.
I just come up with, for example, on the way home from the show I did in Raleigh last time, I'm driving, and I see a Papa John's, and I just start thinking, I'm like, wow, you can travel all this way and see the same stores and the same franchises, and I thought about what if we change that. So I have a whole thing I'm working on. Like instead of Papa John's, it's Papi Juan's.
Yeah.
You know, like Papa John's uses salsa, Papi Juan dances salsa. You know, like, or things that happen to me, man. Just you know,
Hell yeah.
most of the time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do. Once I get a subject, I go into writing more in depth about it. I don't try to find the funny topics. I just try to find something that resonates with me, or that I have a specific opinion on, and then try to find the funny in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then bring that out.
For sure.
You know. So,
Would you say you write maybe once, twice, 5 times a week? Like how often are you actually sitting with your book, you know?
so sitting with my book, I'm probably like 3-4 times. And I mean, I have my notes app on my phone, so if something happens,
Oh,
I'm just
that's
like,
huge.
real
Yep.
quick, just note it. And then I go in further and kind of flesh it out more. And try it out, you know? Like, I host those 2 mics, and I'll say some things that are really good and some things that are not.
Yeah,
But
you're just
yeah.
trying them out. Yeah.
this is how,
See if
this
they
is
work
how you
with-
know. You know? And even the bad sometimes leads you to something even better. Just tweak it a little bit, and then you find your sweet spot. So,
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a gym. You gotta. Sometimes you
Work the
can't
muscle.
put on 10 pounds, 100 pounds to start. You gotta start with 80.
It's just a very comfortable mic, and it's nice because it has a stage, so it really sets it apart from other
Right.
places.
Oh, yeah, the separate
know?
performance room at the Nook.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's also shout out the Nook. You know, Yuki's at the Nook,
Pew,
Kevin.
pew,
Friend of the pod.
Hugies.
Yeah, Hugh.
Kevin, Andy.
Hugies.
Kevin and Andy.
Yeah, man.
What's the chef's name called?
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh. That's
Yeah,
right.
Josh Houghton Catering, man. I use that guy for all my big, like, some shows I do, dinner included.
Yep.
You know, and I'll have him on there and try to get, like, I did a show in April, and he catered it, man, and it was,
Hell yeah.
I had to look at the menu. I'm like, creamy orzo. He thought I was like, oh my god, creamy orzo. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We go home. Bougie quinoa. Don't even look it up.
Yeah.
Bougie pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Their menu changes, so it's like they have something new every week on the menu, and it's always good.
But the best
Yeah.
thing
I
is the
always
grilled
hit.
cheese with the prosciutto and the fig jam.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
crust.
No crust.
Wow.
Okay.
See, I've
No, that's cool. Their menu, like, they did a shift, so the food has always been good.
yeah.
But now Josh has control of the kitchen,
Nice.
and the food has never been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always been very tasty. But now that you have a chef
Yeah.
cooking,
Dude, that
it,
Krabby Patty is fire.
Every single
bro,
time.
everything,
Every
man.
single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chicken
beat it.
sandwich
Love
they
it.
just, not re-released, but
There's a
just
chicken
came
sandwich?
in. Oh, yeah. It's not,
Like
what
a-
it was
like
it?
a
Not
chicken
your high
patty?
school chicken.
Just make sure
Yeah.
when you go to Hughie's, the Nook, it's on a Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
only on Thursdays.
That's it.
That's when the best deals happen.
Well,
Actually,
I think I was gonna say I think part of the success of the Nook is the hang too.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe. The performance room is separate. And oftentimes, like, the back room would be full, and there'll be a bunch of people at the Nook not even engaged in
Yeah.
comedy. and their music program is crazy. They do indoor flea markets.
Yeah.
The alley.
The alley, yep. It's more of a, I see it as more of a community center.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Creatives in the arts. Even the vibe, like Westfield's kind of a weird place. It's almost in the middle of nowhere, but it's 20 minutes from anywhere you want to go, Springfield, Northampton. And so you got like the hills and all these different interactions of people, but the vibe at the Nook is like very welcoming.
Sure.
It feels like it shouldn't be there. You know?
I gotta ask you to get closer to the mic.
My bad.
There we go.
No, I mean, I love the Nook because, like, I remember the first couple times I not met everybody, but went there and started talking to people. You meet a cast of characters that you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
yeah.
my
From
goodness.
Tony O'Brien to Fisty Joe.
That sounds
to holy crap. Like, everybody there, you're just like, man, everybody's so different. Everyone has different styles of comedy. Some are better than others, but hey, they're there to try their shit, and goddamn, sometimes it's good. I mean, everybody goes there. We have a party. Like, sometimes we have music. Soldier Picasso comes on there. We had a great time that night, leaning.
I love it. That was crazy. That was a crazy night when he came through, man.
Hell yeah.
And plus, you know, I'm getting sponsorship for my mics.
Yeah.
2 dispensaries.
Hell yeah.
Local, like 2 minutes away from the venues themselves. And it's pretty cool that they collab.
Yeah.
You know, and the free giveaways, the raffles I do, the $50 prize at the Pulaski Club.
Yep.
This is all to try to incentivize people to come out
For sure.
and hang out. Next week is going to be crazy with our 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
And then the week after, we're doing a potluck, bro. A comedian's Friendsgiving.
I'm bringing the
slash
turkey.
Yeah, it's
night.
gonna be lit.
I'm bringing the turkey.
Bringing a Spanish rice. Spanish
whole
rice.
turkey.
I will. I don't think I won't. Bringing the bird.
Yeah, man. So I still got some people. I got some slots open. If anybody wants to bring anything, let me know.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's going
I'm
to be
excited,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
I love cooking like a big centerpiece of a meal for people. I don't know why,
Nice,
but like
dude.
I
Wait,
don't
you're
do
really
sides.
doing the turkey?
I don't do sides.
You're really doing
Yeah, I do a good bird.
Oh,
I do a good bird.
nice. That's awesome.
Not
Okay.
the flex, but I do a good bird.
Humble brag.
Yeah.
Humble
I am doing the centerpiece of the meal.
Don't forget to show up. 'Cause
Well, I mean, I love to cook myself. I did it
yeah.
professionally for years, and
I could definitely tell at that cookout, man.
Oh, thank you,
Everything
man.
was
Yeah.
fire.
You know what?
Everything.
I saw your recent post where it was like cooking with Buddha Joe. I was like, these are funny too. You're
Yo,
throwing in
what
good
was
Oh,
jokes.
that?
yeah,
What was
yeah.
that corn salad stuff? I've never had that before.
my
And
girl
man,
made some elote.
Yeah.
Elote?
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Burger
my new
top
favorite,
and
bro.
I
whatnot.
put that on the
for real,
burger
man.
today. I put that right on top of the burger
that's the
today.
way to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is fire.
Well, somebody walked in today. I'm cooking, and they were like, "Oh, they're making you cook." I'm like, "No, I get to cook."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you enjoyed it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just comes with being a high value man. You know,
Yeah.
you just gotta,
That's it.
you know, I'm an independent man, right? Pay my bills, I cook my food.
I'm high value.
Don't even come at me like that. No, I got the ego of a guy with a 6-pack. So
Love it.
You got to, man. I was gonna say, like, you like definitely one thing I've taken from you is like your confidence on stage. Even when you know like the joke's probably not gonna hit, you still deliver it with that. Well, no, because that's not a shade. Like you know,
No, yeah, sometimes it's
like,
not going good. And
You
you're
got to
like,
just make sure you're checking off your boxes. But when you do those, like it's the same deliverance, it's that same confidence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I've taken that a lot into what I do. Like sometimes I'll even like last Pulaski when I just sat on the stool and like tried the monotone thing. It's like I might not be presenting as confident, but I feel like I'm the confident inside that I
Yeah.
can just set back and
Oh,
take
for
it
sure, man.
nonchalant. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, it's been like 7 months doing your mics, and we, like you guys said, we get a wide variety of like some really good comics who take it super seriously, and you can tell that like no matter what, they're gonna keep pushing forward.
Oh, for sure.
And then
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the comics who are funny, but you know they're just having fun with it. And
Yeah.
through the experience, it's definitely raising the confidence,
For sure.
which is huge for me because like I've always been a kind of person with like a lot of self doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, man.
So,
yeah,
like-
yeah. Well, getting on stage at any level, man. Just
Yeah.
even, you know, if you're a hobbyist, if you're doing it for fun, if you're trying to get better, if you want to do it professionally, just getting up there for the first time is the hardest and first step, you know?
Oh yeah.
And some people are terrible. I was, I was not. was not very good.
bad.
It was not very good. And you know,
Should I shout him out or?
No,
I'm playing.
No,
I'm
all
playing.
friends
I'm
of the
playing. I'm
pod.
playing.
everyone's friends. Yeah.
I'm
all
playing.
friends of the pod.
but then I've seen people who are really good established comedians
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
yeah.
For
you
sure.
know, what are we gonna do here? You know, and I think the confidence comes from psychologically for me, like that is my stage.
Yeah.
You know, and it came with some experience because you can tell when someone goes up with the unspoken energy of, oh man, I'm gonna say some jokes, and I hope they like them, and all right, so and you just feel that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I go up there, I move the mic stand, and
Yep.
sometimes I'll go back and look at it again, and just make a micro adjustment and look up for a few seconds, and then I go into my joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like sending the signal, I control this space,
For sure.
and I want things very particular, you know,
Yeah.
and then I'll go into it. And I'm trying to do my openers feeling emotion, man. I'm trying to create a movie with my voice that the audience can envision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my best openers, which you guys have probably heard, I never meant for it to be a joke. I just said, what's a couple of things that are interesting about me? I'm from the hood and I'm pissed. And people laugh. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? I don't know.
I get it.
Then I go
yeah.
into small spoon, black fingernails,
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that kind of endear me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I also see comedy like a date. I follow the head, heart, groin method. You've heard some of my more adult material,
Yep.
which if you're going to do adult material, I was taught by Philip Anthony, you know, don't curse, don't use vulgarities. And if you can make it adult but not vulgar, it makes the joke more acceptable, more easily digestible.
Yep.
You know, instead of certain words, I'll use mouth hug.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
hey, have you ever, or have you ever had the swing set up in your backyard?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and even that is kind of funny in a
that's
weird
very
way.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to create visual, emotional
Yeah.
connections with the audience.
Right.
Say something kind of smart, and like it helps if it means something to you. If
Yeah.
it's the truth, like. It's so rare to find a place in people. You
Yeah.
guys have heard that.
Hell yeah.
Usually I start or end
That's
with
like
that.
my favorite way to end. I mean, the way you end the shows is just absolutely perfect, and it just kind of
Oh,
brings
thank
everybody
you,
together.
man.
Brings
That's-
everybody together.
Also courtesy of Philip Anthony.
Really, that's awesome.
Because he has a whole thing, laugh now, the more quicker you laugh during hardship, and I'm not going to take his spiel, but it's meaningful and it's passionate and he feels it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a photographer. I still am a photographer, and I had a saying. I don't care if it was headshots, boudoir, family portraits. People left there more encouraged, more confident, and having that feeling was amazing to be able to give people the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So I had a philosophy from there, which I switched over to comedy, and it being so rare to find a place in people to be unequivocally ourselves without fear. This is the place, and we are the people. What are we doing?
Right.
And then I'll go into some stupid joke,
Yeah.
immediately. But
How'd you come up with that? Did it just kind of hit you one day? Be like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm saying, type deal.
well, in photography, I had a variation of it.
Oh, okay.
So, it's so hard to find a spot in which you can feel beautiful.
Oh.
I'm providing the space and the opportunity not to make people feel beautiful, but to allow them to reconnect with the beauty within themselves.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's deep.
Oh no, for sure, man.
That's deep. That's deep.
I almost felt guilty
Yep.
about how good I felt
Yeah.
because, oh man, I've had people who, recently divorced or achieved a fitness goal, or who, was getting married or just wanted new headshots or just wanted pictures. They've never had family pictures with their siblings, and by some chance they're gonna all be in this area for Thanksgiving, and I've gone to people's houses and taken photos of them and their families. It's a beautiful thing, man. I try to capture that a lot in comedy too, to try to showcase.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
can see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But then a lot of people have been taking that and using it for their flyers. I'm like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, give me a cut.
Did you
Give me a
ever
cut.
expect that to happen though?
What's
like,
that?
Like you post such amazing photos. Like, wouldn't you expect people
I
to
know, but at least, hey
kick back.
man,
Yeah.
You mind if I? Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
did a
of
little
course.
watermark in the corner.
Yeah, like even if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a
Just
shout, like
to-
acknowledge that you took the photo.
Yeah.
You
Oh, no, for
Right.
sure.
Like common courtesy, yeah.
I mean, I'm still on the fence. I still do like the little photos and the thing because I'm trying to showcase. But I mean,
Because they are really nice photos.
oh,
right.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had one comedian who shall remain nameless.
Of
but
course.
They
Friend of the
came.
pod.
They came to the Nook, and I was like, "Hey man, that's a nice shirt." And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is from the picture you took of me." I'm like, "Oh, you made merch?" And he was like, "No, I did it. My buddy saw me, and he made it. He saw the picture and took it and made it for me. That's double fucked up. I got two
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Two people you might
taking
have.
my IP,
Yeah.
bro.
And
It's
that's
like-
the thing. It's like I
Jesus.
feel like even if you were like, "Hey, I really loved your photo and I really want to put it on a shirt. Is that okay with you?" Like,
Some
creating
sort of
that
courtesy.
dialogue. Be like, "What's your rate?" or something.
Yeah.
Not just
Right.
like
or like,
assuming
hey,
that
do
it's
you
mine
mind?
now.
Do you mind if I? Because you know,
Yeah.
low key, when someone puts one of those photos as like their profile picture, I'm like, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But then another comedian, again, no names, took pictures and like put it for all the people on their lineup for all the shows for real.
Right.
I'm like,
Womp.
Dude, I was
Made a whole
actually
poster
thinking
out
about
of
it multiple times. Like, there is at least 75 comedians with the red
Yes.
drapes
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
the Buddha Joe
At the
fucking.
Nook.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Every
Yeah.
time I see it, I'm like, add that motherfucker.
Yeah, well,
he knows.
any
Yeah.
any social media platform, if it's just like people you may know or may want to follow, it's just like Buddha Joe, Buddha Joe, Buddha Joe,
Yeah.
Buddha Joe.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
that's
oh, they've all
cool.
been there. They've all
Yeah.
been there.
And I do like the little notebooks too.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Just my little logo
Yeah.
on it. Sometimes a QR code.
Hell yeah.
Someone told me they were at a show in Connecticut. I don't know if it was Stress Factory. I forgot where. And they were like, in the green room, there was your little notebook. I was like, oh,
What?
That's
That's
cool.
sick,
That's
dude.
cool.
just something that we all have in our back pocket, something we
Yep.
can just write a quick idea. Because if I don't write it, like, you ever been like, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Every
Multiple
day.
times this week.
Never.
I was gonna say actually
Never.
every day.
Yeah.
So,
And it's funny because when we were at your studio, all of us, when we were at your studio,
Yes.
Yeah.
like a week ago, and we were talking about the body positivity calendar, and we were looking through the old one, dude.
the all-male comedian calendar.
God,
I
is
can't wait to do
what
that
a,
again.
What a good freaking thing to put out there.
Oh,
in the
thank
freaking
you, man.
community. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
just like I know it was supposed to go to men's mental health and all that stuff like that. But goddamn, Jason Marby put some clothes on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Oh, man.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that calendar, first of all male comedian calendar.
Yeah.
Right. I let every person choose their month if it was available and what style of photo they wanted.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So Popstarian, that was a crazy month for July.
Got hot.
He wanted to do like a beach ball theme. Lewis was August, so he wanted to do like a grill daddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm September, and I was, even as a photographer, the thought of me being in front of the camera still makes me very nervous, and I had to have a way to. I figured it out,
Yep.
but I got to tell you, that calendar was. I vastly overestimated its popularity.
Yeah.
I like pre-ordered 100.
Oh
I
man.
have like, I don't know, 50 left. I'm gonna go to like I'm gonna take a stack to the Holyoke Mall.
Yep.
And just walk by. What's
Yeah.
anti-thieving? What's anti-shoplifting? Like just
Right.
Leaving stuff.
like a 2003 or
At Christmas
like
tree shops.
2023. I know, right?
Christmas tree shops, man.
Well, when that 2025 one comes out, we'll push the fuck out of that on here, man.
Yeah, man. Thank
Yeah.
you. I didn't raise enough funds. I didn't even break even. But the whole goal was to donate to the Face It Foundation, which is a men's mental health organization. And a lot of days we hear a lot about problems about different types of mental health. But I like to be a little spoon when I cuddle. I need,
Yep.
I gotta take a knee sometimes. I got feelings.
Yeah.
I'm somebody's son, dog.
Yep.
Right.
You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
For sure. We're all babies once. That's a thing.
Yeah, dude.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah.
It's wild to think about, man.
We're all little babies once.
Yeah.
We were all in utero at one point.
It's true. It's true. Oh man, but I was thinking, what was the point? Like, what was the show? What was the open mic that hit you? Be like, I'm Buddha Joe, and I'm gonna do this shit forever.
I don't think it was I'm Buddha Joe. Who the fuck?
Yeah, no, you know what I mean. Be like,
Yeah.
I want to do comedy. I want to do this forever. Like, I got it.
Let's see here, man. That's really hard to say. It's hard to pin down.
Yeah.
I've always been a comedian in my life, kind of naturally in different situations. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it.
Maybe this will help.
Yeah.
Like, what's the most memorable reaction you've had to a joke? Like,
that's a good one.
Fucking, maybe the person fell out of their chair. Or like, you know, like, what's the best one?
I had a woman. I do a bit about like my credit score being really good, and I said 620 for a Puerto Rican. That's not bad, and she disagreed very loudly. That's terrible. And I'm like, okay, what's your ethnicity? And she said Puerto Rican, and I was like, mixed with what? She said Irish. I'm like, that's white.
Yeah.
Which segued perfectly into a bit I have comparing Puerto Rican and Irish people and how they
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
pretty much the same people. So that reaction for me, her interrupting me with that, and it just so happened to align perfectly with what I said and or what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So that felt good. I think for me, now that I think about it, probably a show I did for Bob Montgomery and Roddy Thomas in Westfield at East Mountain Country Club.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago, and it was for Cobb's. It's a RC riding club.
Okay.
And they're crippled, old, broken bikers.
Nice.
That's their
Got
name, right?
you. Okay.
Bunch of old dudes, and I was up there for maybe 25 minutes, and it was probably the first time where I was pacing myself. I wasn't worried about what I was going to say next. I was giving myself enough room to breathe, and I had my tags, and it was just pretty good, man. Like,
Flowed. Hit
Yeah.
that flow state.
yeah. I had a comedian actually hit me up recently from New York, and they were like, well, they moved to New York. And they were like, hey, I'm having a hard time coming up with a question to say on stage. And I go up, and I was like, oh, you don't ask me because I don't ask any questions. You know, I'm not like, it's a little bit of a time waster. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? How you guys feeling? What's going on tonight? You having a... I don't do that. And plus, honestly, I don't really care how you feel. My focus is I know what you're about to feel.
Yep.
Right.
I know what I'm gonna, even if I have to trick you into it, homie. Like,
I mean, a lot of comedy is getting the audience to follow your state of mind. You know what I mean? You're taking them on a ride.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's why it's so important to have everything congruent, you know, go from one thing to another where it makes sense. It's like you see comedians who go up and they do like one bit, the next bit has nothing to do with it. You might get some laughs, but you're missing out on a whole extra layer of comedy. Which actually brings me to my next question. If you could go back to yourself when you were like 25, like what's that piece of it? Like if you had 2 minutes, what would you say to your 25 self?
good question. It'd be like, you're killing it, bro. You're amazing.
Oh yeah.
Change nothing. No, that's change nothing.
Yeah.
Stay more focused, man. I did 3 years in the military, then I worked for 3 years, and then I went to school, and I had a situation in which I could follow my heart or my mind, and I forewent the opportunity to go into the creative field, to go into a field more practical that I thought, given my work history, my experience, would allow me more success, which it did, but in a field which I hate. So, you know, I say go with the creative stuff, man. You know, I was doing graphic design back then, and I often think, damn, you know, how much further would I have been if I'd done that from the beginning? But that's a trap. That's a mental trap. You can't,
it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's what you have, what the time you have now, not what. You know, so that's my advice for 25-year-old Buddha, baby Buddha.
That's
yeah,
like
baby Buddha.
I gotta say that's the first time I've gotten a real answer.
Everyone usually just goes,
That or like they're like, oh, I tell myself to stop jerking off so much. You know, it's like, it's like no. Let's get a real answer. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
no
was-
problem, buddy. Yeah, that's where I got the name from, Buddha Joe, man.
Yeah,
do you
deep.
know the origin story of Buddha Joe?
I don't
Talk about it.
actually.
That's one of my questions, actually.
shit.
That's one of my questions, actually.
I got you.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
My buddy, this must have been like 10 years ago at this point. There's this place in Holyoke, called Holyoke Rose, ROWS. It's in the Flats. Big, huge state-run boathouse. If you're a veteran, free. I think it's $100 per season. They have like 40, 50 kayaks, paddles, vests, the whole nine. And I would go with a group of friends of mine. One day it's just me and my buddy Bobby. and Bobby decided to smoke some herb, which he hasn't done in 10 years.
Oh, nice.
Whoops. Sorry, Bobby.
We have a spot we go up like a mile and a half. We beach, and I couldn't even. This dude didn't get out. I just pulled him up, off, into onto the shore, so he wouldn't. He was the whole time. I was just handing him like twisted teas, and we're talking about love and life, and a very specific situation in which he had an opportunity to be romantic with someone, but they were leaving in like 6 months. Whatever. It was one of those things, and better to have love and lost than never to have loved at all type thing.
Yeah.
And he did it.
The power chord. Sorry, not to interrupt.
You're good.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's better to have love and lost than never to have loved at all. And he did it, but I used to be called Samoan Joe.
Oh,
Because I had long hair, the build, the tattoos.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, he looked up at me through his bloodshot eyes, and he was like, "Dude, you're not Samoan Joe, you're Buddha Joe." Like the clouds hit me, bro. And even to this day, it's not because of the gut. That's not
All right.
Not because of the gut. Fuck you guys.
I wasn't gonna say it when he originally asked if I knew.
You thought it.
I did.
You thought it. How'd you get the name Buddha, you fat fuck?
I just thought it was
sensed
your smile.
No, it was funny.
yeah.
My son Zayden goes, his ears don't look like that. Dude, that's all he thought was off.
Oh, my
was
logo.
the ears,
My
bro.
logo.
The whole time. That's what we
The ears aren't accurate, Dad.
He's like, his ears aren't that big.
Yeah.
he kept walking up. He kept walking up to Damien and be like, "So, how does he get his ears like that?" It was just like he doesn't, man. And Damien just was over time with weights. Just totally threw a curveball at him. I was just like, "Oh man."
Wow,
I was
that's
like,
funny,
this is
man.
crazy, man. So you had like 3 renditions of yourself. I mean, you had Buddha Joe, Samoa Joe, and sometimes we hear stories about Baghdad Joe.
Baghdad.
Sometimes we hear a story about Baghdad. I haven't seen him, and I know he's gone. but
no, he's
shit.
not gone. He's underneath the floorboards to keep like a lock padlock.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. Well, hey man, thank you for your service. Tomorrow's Veterans Day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want to shout
Thank
that
you,
out
buddy.
and stuff
Appreciate it,
like
yeah.
that. And oh man, so what years were you in the service?
I was in from 2002 to 2005, bro.
In the fucking
Shit.
suck.
Yeah, bro. I was did 1 year, one tour in Iraq looking for roadside bombs. 12 Bravo, combat engineer, paratrooper, 82nd.
2003?
Man.
Yeah, 03 to 04 I was there.
So this is funny, but it's also not. You suck at your job, brother.
What the fuck?
Listen, hold on. In 2003,
Sick.
hold on. By 2003, my cousin Eric Cavanis got his entire right arm, his right fucking rib cage blown the fuck out. He was sitting in the back right side of a Humvee, hit an IED.
You act
It
like he was
actually
in
on
the
news.
goddamn
Right?
Humvee.
Like, damn.
Well, if you'd have found the fucking thing.
Wait, no. Pivot.
He's alive, by the way. Eric, love you, man. He's alive.
He good?
God
Yeah,
bless
he's
America.
good.
God
All
bless
right,
America.
Yeah, no, he's good, man.
No.
He's got a titanium arm and shit.
Oh,
he
shit.
loves
Sick,
it. Yeah.
sick. Not
Yeah.
not aluminium.
No, it's he's already. I mean, we can call him a cyborg by now. Seriously,
Best member on the Teen
fucking
Titans.
Nice, dude.
metal
Yeah,
ribs
yeah.
and everything, dude.
Damn, dude. No, I mean, I'm
They took
sorry.
care of him.
Happy he's good now, or
Yeah. Yeah.
alive. But
Yeah.
it was crazy, man. Even the vehicle I was in was like retrofitted from like South Africa,
Yeah.
and I actually saw the updated version. The version I drove had the metal detector, the mine detectors underneath me, underneath the vehicle.
When it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. This new one has like the mine detector, metal detector, like 10 feet protruding in front of the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around.
No, just in front.
Oh, okay.
Like
Sorry. You said
before it gets to under you.
Yeah.
So I saw that new version and I was like, motherfucker, bro.
It's
I
like-
was the guinea pig. Yeah.
That's
The
a stressful
iOS 7.
position to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it did definitely get a little.
Yeah, because I mean, it's
you know.
right underneath you, and you're like, oh, hey. Yeah.
Well, there's like radio frequency, but it could be command detonated, remote detonated.
Yeah,
It's a whole
of course.
yeah.
Pressure plated. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Honestly, man, beautiful country, dog.
Really?
Beautiful
believe it.
country,
Mountains.
man. Oh yeah, the further
Yeah.
north you get, the more green it gets, the more lush it
Yeah.
gets.
Wow. Yeah, you never see that on CNN.
Of course not.
Nah, man. I felt. I mean, not one base we were at. It was like 30 of us in
Yeah.
like a cinder block room that smells like Funyuns and corn chips,
Just
right?
toes
So
and fungus.
we would sleep on our cots outside and looking up at the stars, man. It was like God turned up the dimmer, man. It was
Yeah.
No light
beautiful.
pollution at
Yeah.
all.
No,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Perfect place
Yeah.
for mushrooms.
I've seen the stars probably like close, but nothing like I'm imagining what you've seen, man.
No,
like
yeah,
you go
man.
up like Chesterfield, up north of where we're
Worthington,
at,
all that stuff
and
like that.
zero light pollution.
Yeah.
I mean you are. I mean what? Maybe 800 above sea.
Something. It's not crazy, but
yeah,
you're
it's-
up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, even out there, like it's pretty wild. I can only imagine.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. It kind of contrasts like the beauty and then the danger.
Yep.
Of course.
Because one night I'm looking up and I see the stars and I'm like, wow, it's the most beautiful sky I've ever seen. Then like an hour later, I'm waking up to incoming mortar rounds.
Yeah.
And then just
Well, that's the thing about war, you know.
yeah,
You know, they took a AI and they took a picture. Somebody took a picture of the sky, just straight up, zero light pollution. The AI counted 78,000 stars
Damn.
in just one. So like, just to put into perspective, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like could
yeah.
you imagine doing a fucking arena with 80,000 people in it?
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Like, you know, remember the sky.
yeah.
That many people. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
One day,
That's
man.
crazy.
One day.
Right.
We'll see, man. We'll
Right?
see.
That's
Yeah,
all we
shit.
can do. That's all we can
I
do.
mean, like even on your note about like beautiful clear skies, and then all of a sudden mortars and all these things are happening. And like I was watching the fireworks this year in downtown Springfield.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I felt weird watching it because I was like, oh, it's like these beautiful explosions in the sky, but like what if it was bombs
Yeah.
here in
Oh,
downtown
yeah,
Springfield?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like of all places, and it felt weird to be a part of it and not acknowledge that at the same time. And I was like, oh no, like I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
fair enough.
Yeah.
It's crazy too. So one of my best friends was an 80-second jumper.
Yeah.
He was, and he sent me a Snapchat when he was in the plane, and he was jumping off into darkness,
Oh yeah, bro.
and
That's
all you
scary.
could see was maybe a few campfires here and
Yeah.
there. And he goes, "Where's the ground? We'll find out." And I was
Yeah,
just
man.
like,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Knows.
badass, dude.
So,
80 seconds, no joke.
Being a paratrooper is not like skydiving.
Right.
It's way
Right.
quicker. It's way quicker.
1,000 to 1,500 foot ceiling. You're carrying maybe up to 100 pounds of gear.
Insane.
That's
Yeah.
hooked onto your body.
Yep.
Reserved parachute. Like you just
Yep.
want to. When you're standing up, you just want to get out of the bird.
Yep.
Man, sometimes the wind will be too high, so they'll do another pass, and you're like, "Fuck, just
Yep.
open the fucking door,
Yeah.
Yep.
man." But do you know how much I had to fight my Puerto Rican instincts to become a paratrooper?
I can
This is a
imagine.
perfectly good plane.
Damn.
Nah, I saw the guy in front of me get kicked out. I
Oh.
was the last guy.
That's
And
scary.
if you ever watch a human being kick another one, like the sound this guy made, dude.
This is
And
Sparta.
the sergeant, yeah, the sergeant airborne looked at me, and I was like, "I'm good, bro. I just
I got it.
first 5 jumps you do are day jumps, and when
Yeah.
you're in a combat unit, you train, but for night jumps, and you can't even see the ground.
Yeah.
Like they
You
tell
don't
you,
have a sensor on you telling?
no, they tell you, don't even look at the ground, because you're gonna hit the ground 10 to 15 seconds before you think you will.
Mhm.
So as soon as you start to go, oh, I think, boom,
Yeah.
and you're gonna tense up.
Yeah.
So they tell you to look at the horizon.
Yeah.
I guess they
just
have
gonna say
toggles now, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I had the risers, and you just look at the horizon and try
Yeah.
to. You can't land on your feet. You got to roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll break your femurs. You'll
Everything,
break your
yeah.
bones, man. So
that.
yeah,
Crazy.
I mean, I joined the military because I'm a poor kid from Queens, New
Mm-hmm.
York. You know, honestly, it wasn't for God and country. And
Yep.
then I joined the paratroopers because I didn't know what the fuck a paratrooper was. That just sounded cool. I'm like, oh, I like Star Wars. No, I'm just like, they told me what it was, and I for some reason volunteered, and then I got it. You know.
Yeah.
And becoming a paratrooper, man, was probably one of the proudest things I've done. Super
Sure.
tough. I joined in 2002, and
Yep.
like I have asthma, I have flat feet.
Mhm.
They were like, "We don't care."
Yep.
I was like, "Well, they told me they were like, well, you can't have that if you want to be in here." And I'm like, "Oh man."
No, I don't have it.
And they asked me like 2 or 3 times, "Do you have asthma or flat?" It took me like the fourth time. I was like, "No, I don't have any of this. I'm good." So
Gotcha.
yeah. And my recruiter, I do a joke about this. You guys have probably heard. He told me I was going to be building houses. And then
Nope.
C4,
Yep.
looking for mines, explosives, among some other things. And I came back. I went to the recruiting office to like give him a piece of my mind. And I was the last recruit he enlisted before he got out of the army. And that's when I was introduced to what we call the big green weenie. Okay.
All right. What's that for us layman's?
It's basically the army. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it was, dude. Yeah. I did 3 years and got out before I could legally buy a beer, man.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I gotta stop hitting those.
What was your biggest challenge coming back, like adapting to regular life?
Honestly, man, the holidays, bro.
Yeah.
Usually I get down around the holidays because I miss like birthdays, holidays, every major, birth or event, whatever. And when I got back, what I missed about it the most, to my horror, is not what is celebrated at all.
Yeah.
It's like materialistic, and people go into debt for it, and I don't know. It's just this weird world, Another aspect for me was communication in a weird way.
Yeah.
I mean, I credit my ability to readjust after the military from already having a traumatizing childhood.
Yeah.
So I was already messed up. I was like, this is just Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
But communication, they were like, hey, do you want to eat? And I'd be like, yes, I want to eat.
Yeah.
They were like, are you a fucking robot? And I was like, negative. I am not a robot.
Yeah.
That was just like a way to like dissociate a little bit,
Yeah.
What was it like when you didn't have to like salute people? Was that like a natural transition or?
Oh no, yeah, no. It was. I love not saluting people.
Yeah.
Plus we're civilians. It's
true.
You
Yeah.
you don't salute a
Well,
civilian.
yeah, but you go like every day, like I don't know who you're working with, but you
Yeah.
go about those things, and then you come back into civilians, and it's a totally different perspective that you're
Like if
going
you
through.
see
Yeah.
if you seen your staff sergeant today, would you still be like, oh shit,
Depends which one, but no, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, you don't salute enlisted, but if I saw somebody, I might do it. Lieutenant Dan, I would. But nah,
he deserves it.
I think as far as seeing people in uniform, I was out for like a year. And I was at the mall. I saw a guy in his Class A's.
Yeah.
No unit patch. No, he's home. It's Christmas time, so he's home on leave from training. He has to go back and finish training before he goes to his unit, right? And then I see him the next time, and he has like his tie off and his shirt like unbuttoned. And I'm like, all right, I want my girl. And then I saw him again, like all the buttons undone, and and then I was just like, the knife hand came out, and I was just like, hey you, like, get over here, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You ate up soup sandwich. What are you doing to my uniform? You square yourself away. And my girl was like, hey, babe. I was like, what, but just the respect of it,
Yeah.
But I am a veteran. I'm proud to be a veteran.
Oh yeah.
But also like, I didn't join for God and country.
Yeah.
I'm not
Right.
like my grandfather. I'm first generation married. I'm just trying to get my way out. You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, in the military recruits in areas of low opportunity. So you have people from the hills, you have people from the hood, thousands of people from across the world, man. So
I'm just imagining like the movie Jarhead, but instead of Jake Gyllenhaal, they got Chris Farley.
that's funny. Man.
It's a great movie, dude. I've seen that movie like 100 times.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite military movie? Like, what's one that hit home? And be like, yo, this thing hits pretty good.
Man,
point.
recently, not that I was in a tank at all, but Fury, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
Of course, Saving Private Ryan was good.
Yep.
Fury was just amazing, man.
Yeah.
Capturing, you're mixing hardened veterans, the characters, with like a newbie, and the transition to be
Taking on a whole
It
SS
was-
battalion.
It was really cool to see like Shia LaBeouf not being the young kid, you know what I mean? Being like the young kid, like the way he interacted with that character was like the way, I don't know, when I was watching it, I'm like, I was really seeing, because I've grew up with Shia as an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've seen
like,
him dig holes. We've seen him talk to robots. We've seen him.
yeah, from
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just say from childhood on, you know what I mean? So like when I was watching that movie, it was like seeing this actor come full circle into growth, you know what I mean? Like his character in that movie is just like, fuck.
Yeah,
dude, he
Dude,
gets
yeah.
to you.
Scarred
know what I
up
mean?
his own face just for.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my god.
One of my favorite movies by him is it was a indie movie after he was done with like the Transformers thing and the big budget Hollywood stuff. The Untimely Death of Charlie Countryman.
Oh, I've heard of it. I haven't
seen
watched
it.
it.
Not only one of the best movies I've seen him in, but like one of the best movies ever done.
Really?
This guy, his mother dies. He goes on a trip. He meets a girl. Can't have her. It's like a little bit of he's in trouble. Like he's up against these odds, and he still perseveres. And who's the redhead?
Untimely death of what?
Charlie Countryman. Who was the redhead in Harry Potter?
Hermione Granger, but her name is
sorry.
Emma Watson.
No,
Yeah.
Emma
I'm
Watson.
sorry, what was
The
your
other-
question?
Emma
The other
Stone.
guy. No,
The boy.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. No.
No.
He looks like Ed Sheeran though.
It's Ron
Oh,
Are you
Weasley,
talking about
but
Ron
Yeah.
Weasley?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He's in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
he-
Rupert Grint.
yeah,
Here we
Rupert.
go.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
You should
okay.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Wow.
Oh, dude,
look
yeah,
at that.
that whole movie is amazing,
Nice.
bro.
It looks good.
He's famous too. This guy on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mikhail Masterson.
Yeah.
Masterson.
Yes, Mikhail. It's
Mikhail.
like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Very
he
good
was
movie.
Hot, by the
incredible
way.
in fucking
Hot assassin.
Doctor Strange.
Highly
Yeah, it was.
recommend, bro. Highly recommend.
I'm definitely
Great
gonna check
movie.
that out.
For
Charlie Countryman.
Fuck yeah.
That movie made me fall in love with that guy.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, come on. You know, that's a great movie, bro.
Don't
You ever
check it
seen
out now.
Spartacus?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
It's a great
dude.
show on Stars.
If you like falling in love with men, that's a perfect show.
Yeah, you know, I got a lot of love for men.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
I'm a man too, you know. I'm an independent man.
Speaking of love for your boys, you ever still talk to your battle buddies? Not hang out or anything like that. Keep in touch?
Honestly, maybe a couple left.
Yeah.
But we just kind of lost touch.
Yeah.
I have one that I still occasionally we will send each other pictures of our testicles.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Like a good old goat.
Just
the bat wing.
boundaries, just the testicles.
Yeah.
Just the
Shaft is gay.
testicles. No,
Oh, yeah.
no actual.
Once you
gay.
add the shaft.
Exactly.
Then it's
Exactly.
gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we still do, like, we did a competition once. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. But, no, but let's tell you guys. Yeah, man, I love those guys. I haven't seen them in like 20 years, dog.
Oh, yeah, shout
you
out,
know,
friends
since
of the pod.
05, man. But I can go anywhere in the country and I'll hit them up and be like, "Yo, what's up, man?"
Let's go.
Yeah.
Vegas
So-
time.
But then I only did 3 years, man.
Yeah,
know.
you still had to meet a bunch of characters from just like open mics. You know what I mean? It's the camaraderie from there, the camaraderie from comedy.
How'd
And
you,
it's just-
how'd you guys like when your shift's over or whatever and you just leisure time? What was some of the things you do? Like fucking
You tell us
wrestle
that porta potty
scorpions
joke.
in the
and
military.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
in
That porta
Iraq.
potty joke.
Well, yeah, like when over in Iraq, when you were actually
Puppet
out
shows.
there in the desert. You know what I mean? Like,
So there's a couple of different ways. We did put up scorpions to fight each other
that's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
cool.
in our wash tubs, which was like we didn't do that a lot, but there's these things in the military called MWR tents, morale, welfare, recreation. They have like a phone, PlayStation, pool table, projector for movies. Iraq is a dry country, so you can't never can you, when you're on kitchen patrol, steal the grape juice and make homemade wine with yeast and sugar.
Yeah.
And then hang out, and you would never be able to have your friend who's a plumber take out the metal crate and cut out a piece of plywood for a cellar and use a rug that he bought at the market to cover it up, to go in there and burp it every day
Yeah.
because you can't let it smell.
Yeah.
That's impossible. So we would find other things to do.
You just killed that Henny on us? Damn, all right.
We didn't have to acknowledge it.
I got more. I got
No,
I got
honestly-
Celsius in this
Shout out to
cooler,
Colton Duarte.
I did do that when I was in Iraq on kitchen patrol.
too. Yeah.
I dumped out
Bro.
like one of the grape juice before the light bulb
Yeah.
went off, and I ran across base and got the little gator with the
Yep.
dump bed, and
Yeah.
we were in business, man. Yeah.
It's wild how similar like jail life and
Oh,
military life
yeah.
is.
It's the structure.
Yeah.
It is almost the exact same thing in the sense that
Build you down
you're,
to break you
you're
up.
free.
Too.
Yep, your freedoms are taken away.
Mhm.
You're reprogrammed.
Break you down to build you up.
It's just like gaining control over a body.
Kind of. I mean, I took a lot of courses in psychology, and verbatim, the definition for like socialization or like resocialization is definitely what they do, which is fine. I mean, you're preparing people to go to war at
Yeah.
the same time,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But they would mess with you, bro. They would which is they're trying to simulate a stressful situation in a few months.
Yeah.
And if you can't handle it there, how are you going to handle it halfway across the world doing, something even more stressful.
Do you believe that training is different today than it was for you back then?
I don't know. I haven't been through it, so I mean, I'm definitely not in the same shape I was,
Of course, yeah.
back then. But
Are you pro like Tesla bots in war?
oh no,
Like having them fighting it for
fuck
us
Skynet,
instead of
dude.
humans?
No. Is that what's happening now?
Oh yeah.
That's actually an interesting question. It's like, what's better to send to war, people or robots?
I mean, definitely the answer is robots. If it's a
mean,
human
if
or
it's
a
on your
robot.
side,
People.
if it's on your
Sure.
side,
Right.
yeah.
But then that's how we get the Terminator.
And think about this though, a robot doesn't cost nearly as much as a human, even for like the elites who are looking at us just like money. Like your social trust at birth is worth what? It's like $1.8 million. And then every single year of your life, it's accruing at like 7% of interest. So by the end, if you make it to 65, the government has made, it's like fucking $1 billion per person.
I wonder if I can get $5 of that for gas.
right? Like, just,
Bro,
just,
like there was
just
this.
to fill up my tank.
So for a while there was this thing on the internet. They were saying like you could go through this whole process and you actually can request that money, but in order to do that, apparently it takes like a very long time, like years of judicial processing and shit.
Gotcha.
And it's just, but yeah, man, fucking, I would much rather send a robot in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
It would suck to have a robot coming
Decision-making.
after you, but
Well,
if you
that's
got a
what I'm
paintball
saying.
gun, you're good.
Just looking.
Yeah,
It's
cover their
the thing about
sensors, dude.
change, like it's weird to send in a robot, but like it's not weird to save a life,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty interesting perspective. Yeah, I don't know. Just robots, and then what do you?
And then they turn on you and they kill us.
Well,
Yeah,
so
has nobody seen these movies before?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Elon,
We've seen it.
Elon started this new AI.
Elon.
It's called Grok, and
Terrible name.
the whole purpose behind it is to be like for anybody who's out there with the intention of creating a nefarious AI. This AI is 112% programmed to be in the best interest of a human's life, no matter what. So if something is putting a human at risk, like it basically, if you extrapolate it, it's going to be like that movie with Tom Cruise where it's looking into the possibilities, and if there's a high possibility of somebody, so like it'll have total access to the internet, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be able to find everybody who's on these child porn sites and know that like, okay, this person's in the area, so it's going to be able to alert you because it's in your best interest to take care of you.
Gotcha.
It's called Grok, and they're making it in he was just talking about it with Tucker Carlson about how like very easily with where we're at now, somebody could already be making an AI that only cares about the destruction of the human race. So if nobody makes a AI that is only designed to protect the human race, we're fucked. We're literally in a race to create super intelligent fucking superheroes.
I don't like it. Let's go back to flip phones and rotary.
Yo, you remember the Razor? That's
A
yo,
sidekick?
Snake on the Razor was dope, bro.
Yo, the dragon.
Or fucking ball breaker on the sidekick. Let's go.
I was recently at the Boston Museum of Science.
Yeah.
And
Whoa,
I was on
big
mushrooms.
brain. Okay.
And
Okay.
so I actually stared way too long at the Boston Dynamics robot.
Oh,
And I was just watching it move, and it didn't stumble. It was walking over rocks.
It knows you better than you, bro.
Oh, I was staring
Yeah,
at it, dude. I was
seriously.
staring at it just as hard as the therapy dog next to me, and he was shaking. And I was just like, this isn't good. I was like, this dog knows its
Both
tail was
fucked up.
between its legs, and it was like this. I was just like, should I be shaking too? I was,
Yeah,
I was just
no.
like, that's how I
Right,
felt.
that's
Dude,
not a real
all that thing
dog.
is
Can't
doing
do it.
is like reading biometrics and fucking figuring out what things in there that people are interested in.
Yeah.
Just like your phone can do, the cameras in your phone. So if you're scrolling on Instagram and you stop on something, it starts immediately recording your facial reaction. And it knows like if you go or any like boom, show you more of that. Feed more of that. Feed more of that.
What's
Bro,
crazy with
it's-
this Dynamics robot is its charge port is its asshole. So it has to sit on this fucking Sibian to charge itself. It's
That's
fucking insane.
wild.
First
bro.
of all, shout out to the Sibian. That's like a $2,000 masturbating extravaganza. Do you
Yeah.
know what it is? Can we pull it up? I think we should buy one for the pod.
What is it? How do you
Not
spell it? S-I...
Sibian. It's phonetic, so it's SIB E-A-N, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Uh,
it's I-A-N.
Is it
Sid.
dildo?
Yeah, it'll change your
well,
life.
no.
Oh my
It's like
God.
a charging port.
What the fuck?
It's like a charging port
I'm
for
telling
sure.
you, that's what these goddamn
But
dogs
it
are charging
does so
themselves.
much.
The
It's like,
robots.
no,
It's fucking insane.
it's like so expensive.
I've seen these videos. Why is there two right next to each other?
Because sometimes
'Cause
you
why
need
not?
Sometimes you need to
Yes.
saddle up and ride, homeboy.
I mean, I get it back to back, but not side to side.
No, listen, open your
That
horizon.
sounds like
no
the name
kink
for a
shaming.
superhero.
All right, we're getting banned.
That's what it is. I just wanted everybody to know. I need one. I
No.
don't want anybody to know I have it.
That will
Just
not
don't.
be on the fucking
It's not for
Patreon.
the, it's
Amazon-
not for the
links.
the Amazon
Patreon.
wish
It's
list.
not for the podcast. It's just for me.
Dude, that's crazy. But no, I wouldn't be able to do one of those robots, bro. I wouldn't because I want to swing at that fucking stupid Marty at Stop and Shop. This shit, the fucking
Listen, leave Marty
bro.
alone.
No. That thing irks me. I'm developing a device to deactivate it, bro. Like something
Just
that,
like a little walk
something
by.
that pops up. I can just like throw and it pops up around the sensors, and it's just like, oh shit, like.
Dude, what if you programmed a Roomba to follow it, and
Wow.
it just like they both just started like freaking out because
Yeah, I don't know. That thing is too tall. It's too. They put eyes in that
think it'll
motherfucker. That's
roll
not
right
cool,
over it?
bro. I don't know, but we need to stop this, bro. That's
Yeah, the eyes aren't cool. If we can have robots with no heads, like why do they need to have heads?
this,
They don't need to have physical R2D2s, bro.
Dude, let's just all become steampunk. Let's just all
Ooh,
develop.
I like
Oh,
that.
okay.
I like that idea.
We just get rid of microchips and we'll just
Mad Max. We're going
Yeah,
Mad
bro.
Max style
Mad
out
Max,
here.
dude. That's
Fair
fucking
enough,
hilarious.
Oh man, what was that movie with Denzel?
Training Day.
No, where he's got the last Bible
Oh,
in the
Book of Eli.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, such a good
Love
movie.
Yeah.
And the M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end where he's blind.
Oh, boo.
Yeah,
I ruined it.
Spoiler alert, bro.
Spoiler. Go watch it.
Okay,
Jesus.
M. Night Shyamalan, let's talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, he knew word for word the entire.
Yeah,
book,
but his
bro.
Bible was in Braille, and then they tried to get it from him. They opened it up and tried to
Yeah.
read it. It was just like, good luck. Good luck, man.
Yeah,
Good
nobody
luck,
knows
babe.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good luck, babe.
That was a great movie.
Shout out to
You
Tom
You,
Brown.
you don't think they could have found another book that describes Braille though? Like,
That's another step, and most of those
I don't know,
dudes didn't know how to read.
Braille
they were
for
all
idiots.
cannibals at that point.
yeah, you're right.
And they
you're
called it the
right.
Big Flash instead of like the end of the world.
The
They're
Big
like,
Braille.
Yeah, the Big Flash killed everybody and made them cataracts.
Well, yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff
you're
like
not going to
that.
see the nuclear bomb often. You know, what I mean, you're just going to see the flashes all across the sky, and then next thing you know, radiation's setting in.
It's true.
Setting in.
Oh, that's another thing from the military. My pet peeve: never watch a war movie with me.
Oh,
That's like
I wouldn't.
not well done because I'm gonna sit there next to you
Yeah.
and
Critique
point
it.
Yeah.
out like
all
that.
the problems.
Yeah.
Grenade is not a ball of fire, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
not,
I feel
you
going to
know.
restaurants.
How so?
When I sit in a restaurant and the whole like act of the
me
experience
get
rolls out,
Yeah.
I'm immediately pinpointing and like hyperfixating on everything. Like,
I'll take that.
is the glassware buffed? Is the silverware clean? Like, is there something on the plate? Like, is it? Ooh, I went to Aya yesterday,
Yeah,
you need
and the menu
I'm all set for now.
needed to be wiped
actually, yeah,
down,
I
and
mean-
it was crusty.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's not
You know what
good.
I find hilarious though when you're watching a movie and there's like a scene where they have food.
Yeah.
In every single scene, the food's different, or like it's
Yeah.
it's the same sides and shit, but it's always moved or like the plate's twisted.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like, come on, people.
It blows
But
my
I
mind
don't know
that
why.
every time, like, if say you're like eating a bagel for this scene, you're gonna eat that bagel for like 25 takes.
Take the same bite of a different bagel.
Yeah, you're just like eating the bagel for an hour.
Yeah.
You're like, I hate bagels.
Yeah,
It's gonna be rough.
fuck bagels.
What was your favorite MRE in the military? You have a favorite, or they all suck?
Vegetarian
Ooh.
Really?
because it came with peanut butter,
Ooh.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
which you can then save
For other
trade
things.
for. Yeah,
Ooh,
or Ranger pudding is good.
what's
What's
that?
that?
You get they have like cocoa hot chocolate mix.
Yep.
You get a couple of those, some non-dairy creamer, some peanut butter, little hot. It's basically diabetes. In a,
Yep.
Y'all ain't even got commissary, huh?
What's that, bro? No.
That's
No,
prison.
the
Yeah.
That's prison, boo.
the military is like prison in the sense that
That's
you give
different.
up your rights. and
That's the
whatnot.
big
Yeah,
house.
right. But like,
Yeah.
damn, That's crazy. You got to get lucky to get like a, or you tell them what you want when you sign up, and then you get listed that food. Like they make it for you because you're there, type shit. What are you talking about?
You just get what they give you. Man.
You get a bag of stuff and you cook it on the go in the Humvee.
No, you just get what they give you.
But if you get peanut butter one day, is everybody getting peanut butter that day?
Nah, it's a variety pack.
Oh, gotcha.
You just and usually, if you can, you're gonna get the one you want. But chili mac is good too.
Ooh,
chili mac.
Yes.
A little Tabasco sauce in there is also good for if you're falling asleep and you're not supposed to fall asleep, but it's been like 2 days and you're awake and you can't help your body from falling asleep. You can, if you want, use the little Tabasco as Visine and just boop, boop, a couple of drops in each eye, and I promise you, you will be awake.
A little pepper spray.
You will be awake.
That's wild.
Little trick. You guys ever,
So being in the military, like most people I know that are in the military, they have like super dark sense of humor. Did it change your sense of humor at all? Did it like make you realize you were funny type deal? Like when you were in the like freaking the barracks and just making people crack up, be like, I should give this a shot.
Oh no, I didn't.
Nah?
Not at all, man.
Really?
Definitely, the military gives you a different perspective. They train you. I was taught for years in the military, if you feel, you die. 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 So you're just muscle memory,
Yeah, you're robotic.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I remember being in a tent with my buddy Rodriguez, and it was Conan the Barbarian. Or maybe Sonya Red. It was when Arnold was about to do it with Sonya Red, and we were like in the last room of a tent. When I say tent, I mean like this thing had hallways and plywood doors, and it's like a huge building almost. Yep. And I remember watching it, and from underneath the tent flaps, I saw like 2 flashes, boom, boom. And before I could even say anything, I just turned around, grabbed my weapon, and ran out the door. And I turned around and I was like, hey, grab your fucking weapon, Rodriguez. And muscle memory, Plus things, you see the explosion before you hear it.
Right.
Because light, sound, and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
I learned that recently.
Yep. Well, no, when, because in movies you see, you hear the same, it's a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie, though. They gotta...
Oppenheimer, good example.
That movie sucked. I don't know why everyone
super
was
boring,
so into it.
but it had a really beautiful explanation scene.
I was so mad at the... That scene was ass. He made that in a fucking little building.
Yeah, a lot of practical effects.
It's a practical effect take, and that's why it got so many awards, because he tried to make an atom bomb, but he did it with a normal fucking fire. Like...
Yeah.
Anybody who's seen a video on YouTube of a fucking bomb going off knows that it's not flames. There's no flames involved. That thing is a pulsing fucking...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I was really upset. I was watching it because everybody kept saying, like, that scene when the bomb goes off is, like... It's so realistic that it's kind of unnerving because you feel bad for the people who experienced it, and it was like it was controversial and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and I'm like, "It's a fucking fire! I could have made that with a gas can in my backyard."
Yeah.
But did you though?
I could.
But did you?
No, but
no.
I also don't have a
$85,000
camera.
But if you did, then you would have.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Shit up all day.
Dude, I would record everything. I would record a caterpillar crawling up a leaf.
Duck,
That's
duck.
gorgeous. Let's make the real life version of Ant movie or the Ant Life.
Bugs Life?
Yeah, Bugs Life.
Yeah,
I love
Bugs Life and Ants.
That's a good one. Classic.
When the grasshoppers are all like, "Let's ride," and they go.
Yeah.
The
so
caterpillar
good.
when he goes, "I'm a beautiful butterfly."
Yeah,
I love that dude.
It's such a
I
good
vibe
movie.
well with him.
That's your.
Honestly, though, like,
on,
what a traumatic experience to sit there and be like, "Well, that's a bomb. We're gonna do that to people."
I want to see the act. Yeah, here.
Wasn't the one in Hiroshima or Nagasaki the same size as Everest?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure,
know.
but they were
not
fucking
gonna
big.
show,
There was
it's
little
just
boy. What was it?
Little boy, fat man.
Big fat man.
Fat
yeah,
man,
yeah,
little boy.
yeah. It's just wild to think about that. You know, you're like, all right, watch this. Checkmate. We're gonna drop bombs.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I don't know. It like always comes back to the factors of war, like because you have real
There
human
it is.
beings who are going out there who like your goal in enlisting in the military is not to kill people. Your goal, you have different goals. Everybody has a different reason, but it's not to murder people. I mean, like maybe there's like one.
And he
But
would've been-
the thing is like you're just like trained to do this, and when you're saying when you feel you die, like that's so incredibly opposite of the human experience, because it makes
Oh,
sense
for
because
sure.
when if you feel like you stop and you're not just going forward,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
I mean,
and you
some
need to go forward in
Yeah.
order to complete the mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some
So
military movies
it's-
paint that way, like Rambo. What is it?
Well, of course, it's like a
Lone Survivor
glamorized-
type deal, where it's just like that movie with Chris Kyle, where it's just like they paint him as be like, hey,
Oh,
he's
American
a-
Sniper?
Yeah, American Sniper.
Yeah.
Like they're built to kill.
But that's the thing,
Some
like
people
you've
are.
seen scenes like that in American Sniper, and you're like, holy shit!
Yep.
But like people are trained
Yep.
to just be like,
Yep.
whatever,
Like
just a
that,
day at work.
that opening scene from
Mm-hmm.
American Sniper where he had to decide to pull the trigger when the kid was.
Oh
running
yeah,
down
the kid
Yeah.
coming out.
When the
Oh,
kid was
yeah,
running,
yeah.
down, and he
Mm-hmm.
didn't, and he just sat back and goes.
Yeah,
Just
'cause
a
that's
heavy
all you
breathing. I
can
was like,
do.
"Holy crap,
Yeah.
man!" It was like you could feel that through the movie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's
"Holy
doing its
shit."
job.
Yeah, it was just like he almost did it, and it was just, oh man, yeah, it was
Oh,
insane.
what was it? What was that actor's name?
Bradley Cooper.
yeah.
Bradley
Bradley.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was his best role.
Yeah, or
Pretty
the
good one.
Hangover. The Hangover. is pretty
Yeah,
good.
I mean that's funny.
Well,
He's an
maybe.
asshole.
I mean,
but-
he wasn't was he the star of American Sniper? Yeah. 'cause he
yeah,
was the
yeah,
American
he's
Sniper.
he was Kyle.
Yeah, that was a big role for him. It was that and
Chris
like the other
Kyle.
one with Lady Gaga.
What
A Star
was
is
it?
Born.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
seen
haven't seen
that.
that one.
No.
We're all over the place with Bradley Cooper movies.
yeah.
I love him in Limitless.
The range of
Limitless
this guy.
guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good. No,
Yeah.
it's the range of this.
Oh
this guy.
yeah, that movie is wild. Y'all ever seen Lucy?
That's
Yeah, that's a good
No.
one.
Yeah, she unlocks. So
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh
yeah,
yes.
she,
It's
and
like, oh,
she
10%
becomes
your
like
brain.
one with
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
ethereal energy. Yeah, it's
That's
wild.
me. I get that.
Was
Oh,
Morgan
yeah.
Freeman in that?
Yes,
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was the professor.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Guys.
Shout out Morgan Freeman, friend of the bus.
Fuck yeah.
What flavor White Claw are you drinking, Buddha Joe?
Blackberry.
Very nice.
Blackberry.
We doing it up here.
Blackberry,
We doing it up here.
friend of the pod.
Brother. Where are we at? How long we been in here?
We've been recording for an hour and 12 minutes.
That's it.
Alright.
Oh
Buddha
shit,
Joe, what's
we're
your
ready
favorite
to go.
color?
We about to get into it.
My favorite color?
Yeah,
Black.
love it.
Yeah,
I feel that. I see that. Also, what is your star sign?
My star sign is probably a Virgo.
Yeah, let's
Ooh.
go.
I think.
That means
What
you're
month?
not a cuck like Eric.
Yeah. What month?
The Libra boy.
That information
August?
is G14 classified. I'm sorry. I
You
cannot
got
reveal.
that? Yeah, we tripping. We
Can
tripping.
never reveal. No, I'm
Trip
just
up.
kidding. September. Yeah.
G14 classified.
You don't
I
have
feel
to
like
clear
nobody
it.
gets slizzard anymore.
Can we right now?
You know what I mean? Fly like a G6. Remember
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, I do.
Nobody's doing that anymore.
We
No.
could.
No, not at all, man.
Yo, you remember when
People
what
said
are they?
bling bling too. Yeah. It's fucking wild.
Remember when Lucky Charms had shapes back in the day, and now they're just like round?
Yeah, it's whack, bro.
It's because I think it's because we're adults and Lucky Charms are for kids. We just can't see the
Oh,
shapes no more.
wow.
bro.
Tricks are for kids.
Yeah,
You just
bro.
don't see the shapes
Is it
anymore.
tricks?
Tricks are for kids.
Fuck it,
Oh.
Lucky Charms. It's all the same.
It's
Bro.
all we all mixed it up. We all right.
We had like marshmallows with dog kibble for breakfast. It was insane.
Oh man. So you like the alien there?
That's pretty dope.
It is pretty dope.
Pretty flexible alien.
3D
Doing a little
printed.
yoga.
Nice,
Dude, I
nice.
feel like that's just us in the future, man. Like that's a timeline where we never ate meat.
No, man. I don't know.
We were
Maybe
always vegan.
that guy looks like he is
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
on
That's the
something,
first
bro.
thing that comes to
Yeah,
mind.
dude. That guy's got some. He got some
When you came up the stairs, did you see our You see Injun Joe?
Oh yeah, I saw the little Indian guy. I'm like, all right, cool, nice.
Hey, guy.
Yeah, we got to keep him out there because he's haunted.
He's haunted.
Oh, okay.
Not even kidding. He dropped the fucking. It has never fallen before or since. We're doing our episode, and the whole map fell down on her.
And like,
It
not only did the mics used
We
to
started
cut out,
sleepwalking.
yeah, I started sleepwalking.
Bro.
Pretty crazy.
Shit was getting weird. So
But
we
it's
put his ass
literally
outside.
Just outside the door.
Yeah, but he's not in here.
Okay, cool. So I gotta leave now.
No.
Time to go. Buddha
We've
Joe
had
is
him
out.
saged, and
I gotta.
We've
Oh shit! What
cleansed the
time is it?
room.
I forgot.
I got some parsley.
It's time to leave.
No, that's cool, man.
No, on the pod, the thing to do is go to the bathroom. When a guy's like, I gotta go to the bathroom,
What does that mean?
that's how you leave a pod.
Oh,
That's how people
okay.
early leave. If anybody ever's like, I'm going to the bathroom, I'll be right
They
back.
just never come back.
They just never come back.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's the polite way to exit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's etiquette, bro. I know. So, have you ever done
you know what my best out is, bro?
Huh?
Because people say you're hanging out. People are like, hey, no, where you going? No, let me buy you another drink. No. Where you going? I gotta go beat cheeks.
No.
Yeah.
Who's gonna say no?
Yeah, right.
Who's gonna say I gotta
My girl
date.
on it. Gotta go.
If you guys ask me that question, that's my response. You're gonna be like, fuck, have fun, enjoy.
Right.
Only guys can do that. Women can't be like, oh, I'm gonna go. Maybe I don't mean that speak for.
I think they
you know what
do.
I'm
I
saying?
think they can. Like, I really do think chicks is freaks. They
No,
just
but like, hey,
Some. And like, okay, I just had this conversation the other day. I was like, I'm a freak. And they were like, okay, give me examples. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, this is what makes me a freak. I Googled it at first to make sure I wasn't stupid. And I don't know why, because I feel like if you say you're a freak, leave your life. But like, I feel like it's been a while since I've had interesting, good sex with good dick.
fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's because you're using the fucking double-sided
Symbiont.
horse fucking
What?
thing. What the fuck? Well, the Sibian, yeah. What the
The
fuck?
Sybian? No, I can't
The
afford...
horse saddle, that's
can't
what I was
afford
thinking.
a Sybian. Are you kidding me? I have like an Amazon vibrator. No,
I did,
like...
all right.
I'm just saying, like...
Check your privilege.
That's why
Okay.
I'm asking for the Sybian, because
Who
I
has
can't afford
Sybiont
it.
money out here?
Bro, I don't know.
Not me. I'm a
got-
starving artist. Are you kidding me?
You gotta go
Not
get
Bad
that.
this.
Baby bought a whole mansion from
Yeah,
this.
I'm not bad baby, dog. No one wants to see my nipples yet. Like,
You got to go to that Amazon 33,000.
I'm just gonna have to do a calendar with Buddha Joe.
Fuck
like,
that. I'm going
No,
to
really,
Temu.
though?
I'm getting that sweet sweatshop pro. You
You
know what
like
I'm saying?
make jokes about popularity. I feel like if I really truly did a calendar with you, it would sell. Like, people would buy it. I
Well,
know.
You gotta
for a
hop in
fact.
on this calendar then. Let her hop in on
Yeah.
the
Fisty
Yeah,
Joe.
it's just
Fisty
me.
Joe buys all 100.
We can do
Oh.
it, dude.
Yes.
Too
Oh
close.
my
Yes.
goodness.
Honestly,
do
an
all-comedian
Fisty Joe,
calendar.
if you're listening, your haircut, fantastic. No notes.
Okay.
No notes.
All right. I haven't seen you yet, bud. Friend of the pod.
It's
We
like
can do a
yours.
calendar if you want.
We gotta do it.
We can
man.
do an
Yes.
all comedian calendar. Last time was all male calendar.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
It's
some.
gonna be
Well, I
co-ed.
had someone tell me like, "Oh, it's good that you did the all male calendar first," and I was like, "What do you mean first?" And they're like, "Well, now you can do an all female calendar and it won't be creepy." I was like,
Well, no,
Well,
the
I
fact that
think
you're
it's-
saying that's a little creepy, bro.
I was like, "Wow."
I mean, I think we know who said that. Well,
I
no.
feel like if you have to say it's not creepy, like,
Yeah,
you
no,
should
it's
just,
not.
like,
It's
let it
not
be
my
a
vibe. Even
Yeah, no.
like, even when I did boudoir photography,
yeah.
I had my friend Shauna be. She was the stylist, hair and makeup,
Yeah.
and my assistant during the shoot. Even if people didn't
Yeah, you gotta
need
have
hair and makeup, she was. I just didn't for decorum's sake.
at least put a
Plus-
camera up. Then maybe it's.
No, that's even weirder.
Is it?
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
need a
even
team.
weirder.
If it's just the
Yeah,
guy
it's
in a
gotta be-
warehouse, you're
yeah.
like,
Hey, it's imagine this. Hey, it's me. It's just me. And hey, it's me, and I'm recording everything.
But you know what's
You
crazy
know,
though?
that's-
Well, you could just be like, hey, just everything's being recorded for everyone's
Nah,
safety.
I had her there because like, here's my delusion, right? I got the ego of a guy with a six pack. My fear is that some woman was going to try to hit on me,
right.
and when I shut her down,
fellas.
she's going to feel some type of way because she got rejected by a high value man.
Right.
who's gonna that she's gonna say something. Plus, honestly, Shauna, shout out Shauna if you see this. She took a video of me because I'll give like pointers to the clients on how to pose, and I'm like, I need you to arch your back, and I need triangles, not like this. I need triangles, and then Shauna, they're not getting it, and Shauna's like, hey, pop that ass, and I'm like, what? It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they're still not getting it, I'll ask them to move, and she caught a video of me posing the way I want my client to pose, and like I'm a 300-pound dude,
right? Yeah. What do you look like popping that ass out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then she shared it online. I was like, "You motherfucker!" Bro. This is what,
Yeah.
Hey, under the right lens, that's great promotion, though.
Maybe I don't know.
All inclusive, safe place.
Fair enough.
I can see it now.
I mean,
send it to me. Give me 24 hours.
You can go fuck yourself.
I'll make it happen.
It's not gonna happen, homie. No, but even that. Look, I had no problem doing that, but the thought of people see now, I'm like, oh no, like we all do these things, we all have these insecurities and
of course,
these thoughts and this, our inner voice, and we're like, everybody's looking, nobody's fucking looking at nothing,
Right.
Doing our own fucking thing, man.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, I kind of put my insecurities aside when I wore a dress on stage the other night for Halloween. For the first time
Halloween,
ever.
though.
Yeah, but I mean, I still wore a dress and I wore a fake ass. I've never done that in my life.
you were terrible with that thing, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no,
I didn't know how to operate. I'm used to a pancake.
You just, I could tell you were not used to navigating around people with that thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
what
busted
the fuck,
Jason
bro?
Marby in the face a couple times. He was into it. In front of the bog.
Oh, that's
That's funny,
awesome.
Oh man, I mean, it's just like it's weird to get up there and just kind of. I've never done anything in costume before, so it's fun to like perform with like a sweet ass, and then I flipped it around at a nice set of jugs, and I've never really done comedy with a set of jugs before. So it was.
How'd it feel?
He was hard the whole time.
Yeah, and nobody could tell I'm Irish. It's awesome.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
But fuck, it's. Since we got back to comedy, who were like your biggest like, growing up like watching comedy, like not your Mount Rushmore, but like top 3, I'd say, comics.
I do like Bill Burr. My favorite
Fuck
comedians
yeah.
are like old angry white dudes. George Carlin.
Hell yeah.
Come on,
Yes,
that's probably
dude.
number one,
Yep.
man. Not only for his comedy, but the way he would make you think, the way he was passionate about his material, the way he was kind of like a fuck you
Yep.
to the system. He would get into politics, he get into anything. He was pretty cool. So I think those two growing up. I mean, Richard Pryor, of course, going back in the day. I did do a podcast recently talking about like Raw, Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
And it's interesting. Like, I'll go and rewatch some of these things, and they're funny, but I'm like, they're different than what I remembered. Like, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but,
You talking about the Mandela effect? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't know who that. I don't know who.
The Mandela effect.
I don't mess with Howie Mandela.
No. Yeah, so the Mandela effect is like it's actually a very, very deep and there's a lot of evidence to prove that it might actually have happened.
Oh,
So
yeah,
back
yeah.
in 2012, CERN, which is a massive hadron collider that goes through 3 countries, mainly through Switzerland, Norway, and the other one that's there, they turned it on for the first time. And what they did was they created a black hole that existed for like way less than even a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
But they were attempting to trap it and examine it.
Yeah.
But it dissolved just as fast as it happened. So they think that was the catalyst moment where a singularity inside of an already extinguished singularity, it somehow morphed like 2 different dimensions into one. So you have some people here who remember, Luke, I am your father. And then you have some people who remember, no, I'm your father.
Yeah.
And then the examples are just
I got to. Yeah, I'm familiar with
forever. Yeah.
Did you know something like? All right, so most of the water on Earth is uncarbonated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't that make it flat? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go.
I had to just fucking, I had to do a little.
He wasn't ready for
Little-
that.
little water
I was
joke.
totally ready to like
He was
get
like-
into
he was
a
like,
conversation.
He was like, okay, water, uncarbonated.
Yeah.
He's like,
Also,
yep, tracking.
Tee water.
Yeah.
Water is funny.
It is, yeah. No, I'm just fucking with you, man.
I
No,
just
I'm
watch
familiar with the
water.
Mandela
Okay,
effect and
you know
whatnot.
something about water real quick? France
Yeah.
has like hundreds of water fountains. Okay,
Isn't
so
it
like
beautiful?
in Paris, you could just walk around the city and have fresh, clean, carbonated water if you wanted to. Like it doesn't need to be
Carbonated?
flat.
It's
yeah.
all Perrier.
Yeah, they have these like elaborate, like multi-choice water fountains in Paris specifically and across France, where you could say, "Oh, I want bubbles." Yeah. Look it up. Do your thing.
I got
Carbonated water
gotta drink
fountains
this fucking-
in Paris.
That's
big
Walmart.
wise.
Yeah,
That's
duck, duck,
Walmart.
go,
I'm
that.
kidding, big Y.
Carbonated
Big
water in
white
Paris.
fucking-
Water
yeah.
fountains. Yeah.
All right,
thank
free
God.
sparkling water fountains in
Oh,
Paris.
God, it comes up.
Welcome to the
Wow. You know, this actually makes me think of something else that's really cool
Yeah.
that doesn't get. All right, nothing's loading. It doesn't
Whoa.
get talked about anymore, but that's really cool. That's actually a thing. So y'all are aware of like geocaching, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun.
So there's like another form of geocaching where it's a USB port, and you can get
That's cool.
You can get like any USB storage. You plug it in, and like there's a way to like you get images and all kinds of stuff from across the world, from like tourist sites, all this kind of shit, and it's like a whole lot of gigabytes of shit. But whatever you bring, you can, if you find one, and they're in like every major city across the globe. I've never found one, but that was something cool that I found across.
Yeah.
Like a new form of a digital form of geocaching.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do people put on them?
Just like image, it could be any
Snacks.
like yeah, no, just like images of like, you know, if you're out hiking on a beautiful trail, you take a picture of the mountain, and then
I
that
would do
person
it
who
for
has
nudes.
it, what you know. So this is actually, you know that you ever see those videos where the guy like an image will pop up, and they'll be like, oh, where's this, and he'll like do a 360, and next thing you know, he clicks on a map, and it's like fucking, he's so close to it and shit.
Jose Monkey.
Yeah, so
guy.
there's a lot. I don't know if that's real, but
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I had to think about that one.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. So it's a game, and you can get it on your phone, fucking PC, all kinds of shit, and it just
Oh, shit.
yeah, it just pulls up an image, and then you try to click on the world wherever that image is from. So that mixed with these USB ports, like people are just like uploading images of where they've gone, things they've seen, and then other people go to those spots.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they take their own image.
And they add
So
it
it
to the-
becomes this, it's like a Bitcoin of
Right.
images.
NFTs.
Of actual experiences, though.
Oh shit.
You know what I
Nice.
mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that person. So I don't know.
That's
I thought
cool,
that was
man.
fucking dope.
That's cool.
yeah.
Geocaching. Gotta
I
look
would do
that
it
up.
with porn.
Oh, dude, geocaching's cool. There's actually
Good
a
idea.
lot around
Yeah.
here.
Boudoir.
Boudoir, yeah.
Boudoir, you know.
Geocache and boudoir, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh
Yeah,
man, just
follow
keep
the
a thong
series.
with
Don't-
you everywhere you go.
Just gotta be ready. Gotta keep that thing on.
Well,
you,
that's the
bro.
thing. Like,
Keep that
imagine,
thong on you. Keep that thong on.
imagine being
We need that
somebody
as a
like
sound
walking
bite.
through the woods.
Clip
you
that.
know, you take some mushrooms. You like follow the nudes through the woods.
Oh,
You know, just have a
man.
nice day. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can follow a set of titties
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
there's a lot of
Buddha goes, yes, indeed.
That's the thing. That's a good day in the woods. Is following the titties. Like, oh my goodness.
Through the forbidden
I feel like
forest.
I've spent my whole life following titties.
Same.
Like, really. That's why I try to be an
Why'd you-
ass man now. Just focus on the ass.
Why,
I'm
why did you
both.
just disassociate? He goes. He looked up.
He did. He was like,
I feel like I spent my whole life following titties, and I never stopped running.
yeah, it sounds like the
Love
intro
them
to
so
a movie.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yo, I can't wait until we do this zombie thing, man. The apocalypse,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
at the
I
Nook.
want to get that going beginning of next year.
And she has to do her Thursdays at the Nook song.
That would be cool if
Bro.
you know if she wants to.
I would love to, but we need a different mic. I need to like find the like acoustic guitar mic. Like I'm not.
I have one.
I'm
You
not
can use
Johnny
mine.
Cat. Yeah, it's
No,
really hard
I
I
for
have
me.
an adapter. I found.
Okay,
too.
cool. Because I finally
Well-
figured out how to hook up the guitar, But like I'm not Johnny Cash, so like I don't
You
know
gotta
how
get-
to sing in the
Everybody
mic.
trying to-
Like,
Yeah, you
I
just
need-
got to get a
Yeah.
stick mic. It's
Well, no, I need the one that like comes out and then bends towards, because obviously you
No,
know
no,
the
no.
mic that we have.
no.
Like, I just
Listen,
wanna-
they make for acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, for the guitar
it's a
itself.
port.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a port
yeah.
that's just attached to a flat
Yeah.
disc that is a microphone, and you stick it
Right.
near that hole.
But not only that, like I don't know how to stand in front of a microphone with a guitar. Like I'm not natural with it.
Well,
Yeah,
you
mic
just
strap.
need the mic to your mouth at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I mean, if you want, I mean, that'd be cool because it's written about the Nook.
Yeah.
And I want
Okay,
the...
little-
so the
little
premise
question.
is it's like 2-3 years into a zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
We are still doing Thursdays at the Nook.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're
that'd
still
be fun.
doing it. And I want it to be like like an old school... 'cause
Yeah.
There's no intros anymore.
Yeah.
But like, zombie and like somebody's fighting off a zombie and they're like...
What's
So-
the deal with these walkers?
Here's my question: It's like,
Fellas.
are we still normies trying to blend in with the zombies so that we can continue to do the open
That
mic?
was
Oh
my
my
premise.
God.
It's
Yeah.
been kind of changing a little bit. First episode, I wanted to be like people trying to like they're zombies, so we got to get into the
Yeah.
Nook. We can dress that alley pretty good, a small spot,
Yeah.
and like we've seen it on movies. What's one way like throw on fake guts and like
Yeah.
so
Shaun of
you
the Dead.
so you
Oh, yeah,
blend
we can do
in or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fisty Joe's still eating Skittles and M&M's.
yeah.
King of the world.
We all got like we're trying. There's like
Heavy Fisty Joe
distractions.
episode.
Like we got like a drone with like a speaker and a zombie. And they're like, all right, come on, And I have a vision if he wants to do it, like Bat Boy's just walking down the street and the zombies are scared of him. They're like, what the fuck? Because they sense his awesomeness.
Yep.
They're like, oh no.
His baddiness.
Yeah, he's like, don't fucking no. And they're like, my bad.
Fly
My
away.
bad, bro.
Fly away.
But then someone mentioned, I've been talking to somebody about like the possibility of maybe in this zombie universe, it would be like zombies are not like, I'm reminded of like a Wreck-It Ralph. Just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Like have a zombie, like I don't know, like Kevin's half a zombie, the owner of the Nook.
Still eating roast beef sandwiches,
Yeah,
just
like,
like
oh,
extra
yeah,
rare.
yeah.
Extra
Horseradish
rare.
sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Andy's in the basement ripping dabs.
Whoa, whoa.
Or in the alley.
That's a
who
rumor.
knows?
That's a rumor.
He's doing it everywhere.
It's a comedy skit, bro. What do you-
Well, yeah,
Andy's at the bar.
The cool thing that this as comedians is kind of a offshoot of what we do on stage. So anything said here is constitutionally protected by the First Amendment,
true.
Right.
and none of this is true. So.
Right. It's performance.
And it is protected now that Trump's in office, so that's good.
I mean, hold on. Not until January.
Well, let's be honest. Wars are already stopping. He's already, you know what I mean? Trump hasn't done anything, or Biden hasn't done anything in a while.
True.
Trump's not even in yet, and everyone's fucking listening, so.
Yeah.
Well, I
We know
follow,
who's in
for
charge.
comedy, I follow, as a
You know-
former bartender for 10 years, I follow the bar rules when it comes to religion and politics,
Yeah.
which is I don't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's but back to conspiracy land. It's interesting because there's this group. I don't know if anyone in here knows about it, but it's called QAnon, right? No, listen.
Sorry.
So
yes,
back.
I know about QAnon.
All right, so cool. Little backstory. 4chan years ago. This anonymous Q, right, is how they posted on these websites, and
Yeah.
they would just release all sorts of like black site information, time codes. Everything was coded, a lot of like riddles type shit, and events that have been happening. So, in this list of events, stated that Trump was never actually left office. So, like 20 years from now, we're gonna look back and realize that he actually was in power for 3 years. Whether this Biden era isn't counted, or we haven't experienced the next 4-year cycle, but it's stated through the military in these backlogged fucking plans that have been released that he's gonna have 3 terms. It's not the first time it's happened, but there's some people who think that he was actually in control this whole time, and Biden was a puppet, and it was a way to disseminate the Democrat Party. And then there's the other people who think that he's going to get elected for a third time somehow. So it's interesting. That little, this is Move the Mic's rabbit hole sequence of the show.
Can I squeeze by you to go take a piss and fart outside?
Yeah.
And fart.
Yeah, it's just how I do it. It all happens
You
at
didn't
once.
have to
Just
tell
don't hit
everybody
the camera.
that. Eric Edwina Williams.
Edwina?
How could you?
Well, you ever try to pee without farting?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever tried to shit without pissing? You can't.
Yeah,
'Cause you
no.
don't have.
Here's I would pee first, and then
Here's how I know. This is how I'll know how similar military and jail is together. Would you rather piss standing or sitting?
I just want to try a stand.
standing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're in a hurry. You got to go.
No, because it's
In a
right
rush.
there. I don't want to.
So in prison,
Yeah.
right? The difference is there is like when you piss, there's a splash radius, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
This is where the fuck someone's got to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no matter what, people are cleaning their cells 3 times a day. I did.
Yeah.
Just for something to do. Literally, just scrub the fucking everything I could touch.
Yeah.
I'd scrub it. So somebody comes in, you know, they're just gonna be there for a couple weeks. You let them know, sit the fuck down because you're splashing all over all my shit. Unless you want to scrub everything every time you take a piss.
Fair enough.
Sit
I
the
mean,
fuck
we
down.
were in porta potties most of the time.
But I mean, think about it. It's comfortable. Everything, gravity takes over. It just and you get an extra little
Something.
stroll sesh. You know,
maybe.
Wait,
I
are
don't
you
know.
watching
Try it out.
videos on the shitter
try it out. Yeah.
No, I listen to like
podcast?
right now it's the 4th book in Stephen King's
Oh shit.
The Dark Tower joint.
Okay,
Really?
right on.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, I read that in Iraq. Like and very unlike Stephen King fantasy. One of the books is about like it's a love story, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
Like
He is a thing with tits.
You into like Jordan
Does he?
Peterson or not Jordan? I'm sorry. Damn it. Oh man, never mind. I
Jordan.
forget it.
Jordan Klepper.
Not the guy who's in the podcast world. I'm
But
talking
yeah,
about
if
an
you
author.
start to read like more Stephen King books, you'll notice like he's really into tits.
oh, I mean, I read a lot of his horror movies or horror books, but the Dark Tower was
Do you
James
have like a
Patterson.
favorite? Is it the Dark Tower?
they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an awesome like it's Stephen King's been writing this since like I think the 70s or
Yeah.
80s, and it's like 7 or 8 books. So
That's cool to follow the series.
yeah. And then he almost didn't write it, but then he got in a car accident and almost died. But the
Yeah.
last book is kind of like it's super meta because it talks about his car accident, and the characters in his book are trying to stop the car accident from
Okay,
happening.
yeah.
I don't know. It gets really,
Yeah.
Interesting.
really Inception-ish in
Nice.
that one.
Movie.
But yeah,
I like a good like Lee Child book. You know, Jack Reacher.
yeah.
I like
Nice,
that
nice.
lone wolf, like just trying to fucking do his thing, and
Yeah.
shit just keeps happening around him, and he's got his.
I like
You
it.
know what I
like
mean?
it.
You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen
Yeah,
the
yeah.
movies? And
Yeah.
Fuck
Jack
Tom
Reacher.
Cruise, man.
Yeah,
I can't believe they had him. I mean, the Amazon rendition,
yeah.
perfect. That guy is fucking perfect. You
Oh,
see- dude.
Was that fucking what's his name from The Office? Is that Jim from The Office?
Are you trolling me right now?
No.
No, that guy was not in the office, bro.
No, because the guy. Oh no, the big dude.
Dwight.
Okay, no. All right, so there's like what is it? There's 2 shows, Jack Reacher, and then Jack something. That are
No, I think the guy who played Jim in The Office was also Jack Reacher.
This guy
Yeah.
is,
Yeah, no. So
He was not in the office.
No,
This guy,
No.
this guy
No,
is
yeah.
ripped.
So there's another. I forgot.
There's
what
another
show.
one, John
It's
Reacher.
or no,
it's
it's not Reacher, but it's like
Yeah.
Jack Ryan, bro.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
Jack
if you look
Ryan.
up Jack Ryan, it's like a
Yeah.
similar.
He had a show like that. Yeah.
No, yeah, you're
It's
right.
not just me. Yeah, look that.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
Jim.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it wasn't crazy.
You don't
No,
have
not
any
crazy.
snacks, Eric. Oh my goodness.
Well,
He came back and he left.
He's grabbing some chips. Listen, you're gonna shut that mic off if you don't eat some goddamn chips.
I'm not gonna actually. Yeah, no, I actually think about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't do that.
You won't know.
It's just...
You won't know. I'll
Nice.
just think about it.
You should have ate more at the cookout.
I showed up too late.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Thank you.
They're gonna be there for later. Don't worry. Don't worry, Papa. I'm not gonna ruin this.
Get that the fuck. It's not pizza. Pizza is soft. It doesn't make a much sound. You're bringing
I'm really
chips.
on deck. I ain't fucking
I'm really just gonna put one pretzel in my mouth and suck on it for an hour. Like.
Come on, there, bud.
Thick, man.
Come on. Oh no, it ain't happening. Just
Nah.
wait a second. Fucking God.
We got that
Joe.
shelf there too.
I get to yell at him at least once an episode.
That's true. It's good for analytics.
Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, this ain't happening this way. Damn it.
I don't know which way you
Just
want.
crawl under the table.
Yeah, I would.
How dare you have to urinate?
And
I know. You
Don't
don't
forget
forget
I
everything
farted,
up,
bro.
bro.
Don't forget I farted.
We got ventilation in here for a reason.
You don't want me to fart in here, regardless.
You didn't even shut the door.
I appreciate that. Nobody farting in here.
No, if you want to light a cigarette up, there's an ashtray. We got a lighter in here for you. Make yourself comfortable, brother. We've been in here a while. I got my Nick stick. I don't know if we can handle two at the same time,
I'm not
Alex.
smoking. I'm not smoking.
Oh, and he's got American Spirits. We're gonna be in here a
That
while.
thing's gonna roast for like 25 minutes.
All right, let me get one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, all right.
Just don't chew into the mic.
No, I'm just kidding. It was a prop.
Anybody else want to smoke? And I'm gonna move this over here.
Go for it.
Very good.
Cool.
Oh, I'm a new man. That felt fucking great, dude. Holy shit.
That's
Hell yeah,
It was
bro.
one of those trumpet farts.
What? Nice, nice. A little
good.
pressure behind it.
Yeah, it was good. It was that Buddha Joe rice and beans, everybody.
Courteous.
Hit
but
my
pleasant.
Irish bowels with some vengeance.
Listen, just because your Irish bowels can't take any seasoning,
Oh, I can take the seasoning, man. It just
don't put
doesn't
that
end
on me.
well. It doesn't.
Don't put that on me.
It
Man,
tastes
it was
great.
perfect.
Everything
Hit the
was
spot for
good.
me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. I want to do more. Or it's called a cookout, but it's indoors
Yeah,
for now
cooking.
because you know the
Yep.
weather.
Yeah, the weather. Yeah.
But a chance for us to get together, chill,
Yep.
hang out. Like most of the time, I mean, I see comedians maybe on a show or at the mic, but either me or them or both of us are in some way there to perform
Yeah.
something. And so we
Other shit
we
going
don't
on.
get a chance to just sit down and shoot the shit and just
Yeah,
chill.
sure.
You know,
No, it's nice, man.
I
Definitely want to bring everybody together more.
And I mean, the Nook's the like
we
a
got a real-
perfect place for
We
it.
got a really good scene.
Yeah.
We do.
yeah, I love it up here, man. I'm actually making a push to perform more and produce less.
Yeah.
But the shows I do produce it in a different way.
Mm.
Does that mean that you're gonna open up the floor to let other people host shows at the Nook?
So I don't have exclusivity at the Nook.
Yeah,
If you talk to Kevin and you want to book a show
Yeah.
and get a date,
you heard that now, local
free.
comedians.
Actually,
book a
it's
show
funny
at
you
the
say
Nook.
that.
he's been doing that.
It's-
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was talking to him earlier when he came in, and yeah, we think we're gonna start doing a my showcase show.
Yeah.
I want to do at least one a month because we have, aside from musicians and other people who do other things, we always got comedians coming in here,
Yep.
and I would like to do a thing like, if you come on the pod, you're a comedian,
Yeah.
you got a spot on the show.
Gotcha.
And
Nice.
you know what I mean? Like the showcase is another way. It's, use both platforms to work for each other.
Oh,
you
for
know
sure,
what I mean?
yeah.
So
And it's interesting because at first I ran all the comedy there,
Mm-hmm.
but then it kind of restricted how Kevin and I could operate. So
Mm-hmm.
we opened up our relationship. He's seeing other comedians. I'm seeing other venues. Very ethical, we all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I did a show in April at a private club in Westfield called St. Rocco's.
Yeah.
good show.
88. Oh yeah, Alex was on that show. 88 people with tables. Westfield
Wow.
Comedian, Westfield Club, catered by a Westfield Catering Company, sponsored by a Westfield dispensary. Then I raffled off a gift card for a $250 tattoo
Yep.
for a
I
Westfield.
remember that.
You know, and that for me was probably my most important show. I performed in like front of hundreds of people, and there was only like maybe less than 100 there, but the venue, a small private club, I paid for the room. The caterer, local guy, made good money, And from that show, a woman hired him for a graduation party. And from
Nice.
that party, he
Yeah.
got hired to do another one. And then the sponsor, Pioneer Valley Trading Company, they gave me some money to sponsor the show. I made a
Yep.
sign. From that show, they gained like 2 loyal customers who in 6 months have spent thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. Yeah.
keeping it local, keeping it groovy. Yes, comedy.
It's very important to support local comedy and stuff because, like, especially around here, man, I don't know. Like, dude, I go to Ohio multiple times a year. I don't
Yeah.
think there's a single fucking mic anywhere in my, like, in the area that I go to.
Well, maybe not your area, but
In the area that I go to, I don't think there's a single fucking mic. But I know there's rap shows and fucking, music all the time. But, like, man,
Yeah,
we
comedy
got a
stuff.
good spot.
Can I finish that?
I was gonna finish it later, but you can have.
a few tracks. Oh,
No, but I'll give you one if you want.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I left.
I
mine in
mean,
the car.
like,
We Sharon, everybody. Sharon's Karen.
I was trying to be discreet.
Sharon's Karen. Let's get a small round of applause.
hey, there we
Thank
go.
you, Buddha,
Love that.
for supplying her.
Thanks.
No problem.
Thank you.
That's what I do, man. Now. But I think the scene is cool, man. Yeah, comedy. It's alive and well. It's not just in a big venue. It's down the street.
Yep.
People, especially at the Nook. Like the high school. Sorry, not the high school kids.
The college
The
kids,
college
right down the
kids
road,
come through, and then like we had a graduating class. I call it leave. They were there supporting the mic every week,
Yeah.
and now we have
Yeah.
like new people coming in. People like last week we had like 2 people for the first time on
Yeah.
stage, and to provide an environment in which they do well, which is cozy. But with that being said, that might not be the environment. Definitely won't be the environment that comedians will experience everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Right.
Some places are different. Some places have their cliques or their groups or whatnot. But as far as the mics that I run, man, very welcoming, very,
Sure.
come through, hang out.
Yep.
And, if you say some horrendous stuff, I'm probably going to call you out on it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I do believe in a free comedic market, but the market can and will check you
Yeah.
as it should.
Yep.
No, we don't know what's going to be funny
The-
until we say it, but we also can cross the line,
Yeah.
and then somebody else.
The last thing a comedian needs is a fake laugh. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
or like the pity laugh, you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
like that's the last thing. Like be honest. Honesty
Oh,
is,
for
is
sure.
key.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No
You-
pity
Dude,
laughs.
some people get delusional real quick up on stage, man. They think that behind that fucking fancy light, they think a lot more people are laughing than really are. Next night they go out trying to run that same shit and they might get punched in the mouth.
You want to run names?
No!
I'm kidding.
You mentioned crossing the line. Like, what is crossing the line for you?
question.
Well, for me, I don't know. I mean, I've definitely said, like, for example, roasts. When I'm on roasts, I gotta perfect my skill. I gotta practice them more because either I softball it in or
Yeah.
I'm just very mean.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's not even funny. It's just something mean,
mean.
to say. I don't know.
Just hurtful.
But that's fun to play around with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because for me, I'm trying to keep my material more, definitely adult, but more accessible, more emotional equity. Some people, I mean, maybe we all do this when we first start. Some people will do jokes that they think other people will think is funny
Right.
instead of what they think is funny. So it's just weird. And I get it. Like if musicians, when they first learn guitar, you don't write your own
Yeah,
songs.
you're gonna play
Yeah.
the top 5.
You're gonna play your
If you're lucky.
favorite, and then after you emulate a few people, then maybe
Yeah.
you'll like, oh shit, that sounds cool, and you start writing your own stuff. Plus, I mean, the mics I do, I don't want people to think the way I host a mic is the way I would host a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Which
said
is
that to me
key.
early on.
Yeah.
I've seen the difference, dude. And
Yes.
it's a huge,
Show Buddha.
massive contrast.
Show Buddha. Show Buddha is something else.
Well, yeah, performing and hosting, but also I'm energy management.
For sure.
So if I'm at a mic that I'm running and I know there's the next 2 people are like relatively new and or maybe the next like 4 or 5 people are relatively new. Trying to balance, I have three categories I'm trying to balance. The venue, making sure I bring people in, which is the only reason why I continue to have these spaces. The audience, making sure that they are thoroughly entertained, and the comedians, making sure that they have a good time, perform in a full room, and so there's 3 different things going on. So if I'm on a show, after my time up front, I don't say anything usually. Maybe like a 10-second segue, and keep it rolling.
Yeah,
And the mic, like if I have the next few people who are relatively, I think I did it with you last week. I was like, hey, do you mind if I put you next?
Yeah.
And I skedaddled right on him.
Yeah, just because, okay, these 4 people are relatively new. We've seen, like,
You want to keep people in the room.
people walk the room, or I'll mention who's next, who's on the lineup, just so people are aware. And I'll even at the beginning, I'm like, you're going to see a lot of people who are really funny, and you're going to see a lot of people who are fucking trying their best. Trying their damn, but they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to let them know and be transparent about
Get
that.
ready.
Yeah.
But the shows I do, like, I'm not the arbitrator of what's funny, you know. But I like to think I'm a good, as much as one can be, a good judge of my own skill level.
Yeah.
So I've been on shows before, and the producer's like, "Hey, who do you think the lineup should be?" And I'm like, them, me, and then those 2, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's tough producing shows. Like, producing shows is it's a different animal, because people don't see what goes on the back end.
Yeah, I'll take all the advice on that, because that's our next step, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it depends on what aspect of it you're looking at, but I mean, while I say that I'm not the arbitrator of funny, I also just can't book anybody.
Yeah.
So what do you drive?
Hyundai Elantra.
All right, Hyundai Elantra. Very reliable. Nice, right? Say your transmission shit the bed. And Eric does transmissions.
Yeah.
And he's fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, I mean, I've worked on transmissions. Some of them were pretty good. I could really use some more experience.
No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more experience on transmissions.
Right. No, you want to go with the guy who's reliable.
And my perspective is different in the sense that comedy for me is a business.
Yeah.
Right. You
It's
need
not
that
just
shit to
me
be on
and
point.
my friends, and I put a lot of integrity into it. So this is my vehicle. And just like yours, it's taken me and other people to different places.
Right.
But my vehicle doesn't run on gas or transmission. It runs on funny.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 5 minute, 10 minute, 20, 30, 40, wherever your weight class is, the only prerequisite is you got to be funny.
Yeah.
Right.
And while I say that I'm not the arbitrator of what's funny, I have a sense, at least for what I'm putting together for my show.
Of course. In 5 years, I'd hope.
Yeah, and depending, like, I did the Ranch Golf Club in June in Southwick, which is like a really bougie place with a gated community on top with like mansions and whatnot. That is a different production than a show at the Nook, than a show at a private club I did versus the show. You know what I'm saying? You got to cater to the room, to the event.
Right.
So you got to be flexible, and for the shows, much more different hosting style than the mics. I will go longer in between sets for a mic, and I can understand how maybe people might get annoyed at that, but it's because I'm like, all right, we got 4 comedians left,
Yeah.
and we have like
The only thing I
half
hate.
an hour, 35 minutes of.
The only thing I hate
know.
is like when, like in between a set, it's like I'm ready to go up. Sometimes you'll hit on something that I wanted to hit on. It's like fuck.
Beat you to it.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Yeah.
quicker than that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But hey, man, it's an open mic, and the way I see it is like use it as an opportunity to learn, witness the
for
crowd,
sure.
witness what you're doing. Like that's what I've been doing with that time. Like watch how you're handling the room, seeing like how you interact off of the last person's set, and then tie it into what you're doing. It's all lessons. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
So
I think that's important for us to watch, man, because we have, as comedians, we all have a general authority, I think. Like, if you were in the military and we were at different ranks and I was a lower rank, but I could see something on your uniform wasn't squared away, I could be like, hey, you got a little
Clean up.
Something like that. On stage, for example, I'll give you an example. Somebody goes up, a person in the crowd is very interactive with them, and they're like, oh, thank you, right? The next person goes up, and that audience member is emboldened and like starts talking, interacting more, and then like, they take over the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they haven't been checked. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I've seen people, shut the fuck. We as comedians are professionals and we should have different tools in our toolbox to be able to handle those situations.
Yeah.
You guys see me like take the energy and be like, call Cassidy, classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or give them the attention, but
Hey, comics in the back, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Type deal, where it's just like they should know.
That's even like that's a great one because like even if the comics aren't saying anything, that might be the trigger that like tells a crowd member like, oh, if he's telling them to shut up, maybe I should stop talking. You know what I mean? So that's a great one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the crowd doesn't know who's sitting in the back.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
I've
they
You
also,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're not a comedian sitting in the back, why the fuck are you pressed?
I've also seen you do like the opposite and be like really welcoming with a comic. Be like, I remember the first time I got booed. And it was an open mic.
We've heard this one a couple times.
Yeah, so I got booed, and I almost went to a dark place and attacked the crowd.
yeah.
And I saw you look at me and go,
That's your instinct.
you just shook your head, and I go, okay, be nice, be nice, be nice.
Yeah.
So I was very nice afterward. I finished my set, did everything like that, and UNCW came up and sandwiched me on stage and gave me the business. And it was roast back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And
You held on a little long.
you held the mic in front of me like I was going to get a chance to talk. And you go, psych. And I was just like, okay, I deserved every bit of that. But it was just like, I needed that so bad, dude. Where it's just like,
man.
shut up. This guy's can be funny sometimes. Sorry it didn't happen tonight. But fucking don't boo at an open mic is basically what you told the
seriously.
crowd.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
boo at an
wild.
open mic is basically what you told the crowd.
Sometimes we will say horrendous things, and sometimes, like, I don't know. I think one time I said something about, like, give it up for so-and-so, first time on stage.
Yeah.
Getting up on stage is very tough, and we continue to do it, and the more we do it, the better we get. And we're looking forward to when you get better, because that was bad. No, you know what I'm saying? Just like,
Yeah, that's great though.
but like,
Amen,
this is what we do.
Yeah.
We're in a business where we go on stage and we expose ourselves to the people who not that way. Relax.
I
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it
I
yet.
saw that eyebrow. I saw that eyebrow. You're like,
Those are
expose
natural.
yourself.
I got a pass.
Yeah.
Those are natural.
No, I have an envision, man, of like I would like to do some sort of like live production from a mic because like it would be cool to take like imagine how many people would come to a show because they know they could be a part of a crowd of a live show. Look at Price is Right, Jeopardy, all the people that'll sit in line for a day just to have a chance to be in the crowd so that they can. Bro,
Yeah,
you're
onto something.
You take that, you put that, you get that into a room where like we already have this amazing class of local comics who sometimes come, sometimes go.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be on the show, but damn it, you come out, you're a part of the crowd, and you know what I mean. And then we foster this, obviously respect comedy, respect what it is, and I think that itself, like you look at Kill Tony. And the one thing about it that kind of sucks is it's created this subgenre of people online who all they want to do is just critique every single person who puts a joke out. It's fucking hate. It's just a spin cycle. Like any post Kill
People who
Tony
are not
makes,
comedians who are critiquing.
right?
Well, you don't know. I mean, it's all
it could,
Redditors.
yeah, it could be anybody,
Anonymous
but other comedians talking shit too. You know what I mean? Like it's this whole environment. Like something has to be done to combat that, and I think a good open mic showing people what it's like, how you start out. I think that's the way to do it, and to really, as I said, to entice people in. Be a
For
part.
sure, man. I'm actually. I appreciate you saying that because, first of all, like I said, the Nook is a special environment. Pulaski Club is a special environment.
Mm-hmm.
The Nook, we've been there for over 3 years, so a little more established. But coming in, it's welcoming. like I said, might not be what you see everywhere, but a good place to start. And I'm excited. Next month, I'll be at Westfield State University helping out with their comedy class.
Nice.
I had like a few dates I'm going to take.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Intro
man,
to
I'm gonna help
comedy,
the
right?
professor. Yeah, I'm going to help the professor.
Oh, yeah.
He asked me for a recommendation for a book for the syllabus. And I've never been into a book on comedy. I know how to write a joke. But a couple of comedians who I respect recommended a book by Judy Carter called The New Comedy Bible.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
And it starts off with, so you want to be a comedian. And it works you through, it doesn't teach you how to write a joke, but it helps you how to mine material from your own life.
Yeah.
So every person can read it, go through the exercise, and have completely different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But I recommended that book, and we're going to take the students to like, hey, write your first 5-minute set, to we're doing a private, or we're going to go to the Nook, and you're going to get on stage and do your set in front of the class, in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'll give critiques if needed. And to a private show for friends and family at the Nook, where they go on stage in front
Friends
of...
and family's crazy,
Yo,
man.
I know, right, dude?
If I saw my mom in the front row, I'd be like, good luck. I'm
dude, my mom's
sling it.
gonna-
I'm going to sling it.
I've said some stuff on the show. My mom's like, "What?" in the background. I'm like, "Sorry, Mom, you just learned a lot about me today."
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I got the audio book. They have exercises if you go online, a workbook and whatnot. Examples not only of what to do, but examples of actual comedians and what they've said. And
Right.
like,
I like that.
Two books that helped
So-
me a lot was that Tom Segura book and that Joey Coco.
Oh, nice.
Tremendous. And Tom Segura, it's basically a biography on them both.
Right.
But it tells you, goddamn, how they got into it from their first joke to current day. And, like, what makes their
yeah,
family
dude.
members laugh, from, like, how they brought that on stage. And I was just like, I like that. And it was
I
just
love
like,
that, man,
especially
yeah.
with, like, Coco. Holy fuck. That's a biography of everything he's done. Not
Oh,
well
shit,
up
yeah,
to this
yeah.
date or whatever like
I
that.
saw Joey Diaz a few
Yeah.
months ago in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. You just
Talk
ran
about
into
OG.
him, or
No,
Talk about OG.
he was on the show?
I'm not a podcast guy, so at the Nook, the first time Lee Syatt came through,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know.
nah, people were like, "Yo, did you know who this is?"
I think I showed it to you. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it
I'm
was
like,
me.
oh, I don't know, Kevin. I'm like, Kevin. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, all right, cool. Respectful. Brought him up. He went on stage. Then I had like a Wednesday off, and I followed him on social media. I saw him on the show with Joey Diaz in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove
Rap?
like 4 hours each
Hell
way.
Nice, dude.
Catch the show. Joey, he hosted the show,
Nice.
so he did like a good 10 minutes up front, and a little time in between the two comedians, and then Lee Syatt went up. And then when Joey went to close, I was like, damn, if I leave right now, I'll be home at 2 a.m. So I ended up dipping out. I didn't see his finishing set.
Yeah.
But even from the beginning, man, just his material doesn't seem like material. It's just him talking to friends, talking to homies.
Yeah, right.
Really natural, so. And Lee Syatt, funny, of course. Hilarious guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get him
I'll
back
never,
at the Nook,
I'll
man.
never forget how I got him, man. So it was interesting because we're sitting in the back of the room at the Nook.
Yeah.
I'm here, Eric's here, and he's right here in front of me. Well, off to the right a little bit. And I look over, and his phone, the brightness is all the way up. I'm like, God damn, bro, turn your phone down. And I look over, the guy... Maybe I shouldn't say it. But
On a dating app that he was swiping quite aggressively.
brother,
We'll say that. We'll say that. I'll say it. I love you.
He's like, let's see what Westfield action I can get. Dude,
I went up on stage and I called his ass out for it. I was like, this guy knows, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was hilarious. Because then I
that's
come
funny,
off
dude.
and I'm sitting down. I sit down and he goes, dude, you just roasted Lee Syatt. And I'm like, what? That fucking Lee?
So what,
I didn't
bro?
know because I was sitting behind him. I didn't see him from the
Listen,
front.
just for knowing who a person is shouldn't withhold the roast.
True.
Shouldn't
Of
make you
course.
withhold the
sure.
roast.
Of course, yeah.
For sure.
He thought it was
Yeah.
funny. He thought it was
No,
funny.
yeah,
He clapped back in his set.
He
clapped
went on.
back.
He went on stage and he was like, Buddha, I don't get you in CW, bro. I've never met a confident fat guys before. You guys are really weird.
he had this great part to his set where just like, yeah, I'm short and it's really hard to date. And he goes, what the fuck did any short guy do to you guys? Like he was talking about women. I was just like, oh man, that's a good bit. And he went like deep dive into his dating life.
It's really
life,
just about genetics, man. You want something that's gonna, breed something strong, reliable. It's like a house. You don't want a fucking small trailer, right? You want a sturdy fucking 3-story house with a basement.
Man. Maybe you want a house built.
I want a 1-story ranch
on the bed of a truck that you could take more mobile. Can get into different space.
I don't know,
I'm trying.
man.
I want a 1-story ranch that I can do my own landscaping at.
Personally,
that's me, baby.
Personally, men are better bigger. I'm just saying.
All right, dude.
Okay, let's deal with that because
Like bigger cocks. Or
I'm
like
doing-
Hey, you
Jesus.
said it. I just said they're better bigger.
Okay.
This episode of the podcast sponsored by the Sibian, everybody.
copyright.
Crazy too.
Copyright
It's been so long
Get
since I
us,
slept with somebody with a big cock. I forgot how to buy condoms for it, and I was like, oh man, I
Just
bought the wrong
magnums.
size.
They stretch the fit.
What?
I don't know, but
I thought that too, and
like,
that's why I have 4 kids.
He's like I
Plan
heard.
B, everybody.
I heard.
Plan
No. Plan A, vasectomy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's one of those pills they gave you early on in the
No,
military,
no,
right?
no.
They
Afterwards,
said,
bro.
They said, nope, he's definitely barely made it here. We can't let that reproduce. Let's just kill that now.
My body, my choice.
hey, here we go. Here we go.
That gets an authentic clap.
There we go.
A real.
I'm Hispanic, bro. So I know the stories of my peoples. I see my family. I had to make drastic moves.
Yeah, to change.
To make sure.
Yeah. Well,
Plus,
it wasn't a lot of their choice.
You know how of a major surgery it is for a woman to get her tubes tied.
That's wild.
Yeah.
A lot of
And
organs
how
in
easy
there.
it is for us to
They're
just go.
right there, bro.
Dude, they got the switches now. You ever seen those? The prostate switch?
Don't wait.
He turned the
That's-
switch on
Gotcha. I gotcha. Hey, no, I heard you say yeah.
No.
That's all that's going
You
in,
said
brother.
the switches.
Yeah.
We have
And
ultimate
then
control.
you said prostate
Yeah.
switches, and then I went.
Yeah, but that's not what they're gonna see,
That's
brother.
a different, bro. That's a different switch because they got the switches now. You can put in your testes.
Yeah,
and
it's in your taint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it is. You know?
right under the balls. It
Dude,
goes-
no
yeah.
guy-
Is that where it is? Is that the gooch?
No guy, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
taint, yeah.
But no guys would remember to turn on the switch, dude.
No, but
No
you
guys
need
would
like a
remember.
nightlight down there to know it's on.
Yeah, right. Something.
You need a nightlight.
I don't see the light, babe. Hold on.
Click. We're good.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Headlights are on.
We're
Something,
live.
bro. Yeah. No, I mean, how much freedom? No. You should get a vasectomy, bro. If you don't have one already,
definitely
bro.
should.
You
I
fucking
have not.
for look.
Kid number 5's coming.
You're
He just stared. He goes,
How dare you put that on me?
like knock on wood, bro. No.
I thought you were on my team here.
What other way to ensure that you won't impregnate someone than
Yeah.
to make sure that you are no longer able to?
Right.
No, you're right, man.
You
100%.
don't want to impregnate Eric.
what? What are we
No,
doing?
no,
No.
not my-
You
not my-
can't have
He's
that.
not transitioning.
He's not
anything.
No,
fit to
not my
carry.
type,
He's
not my
not
type.
fit to carry,
No.
so.
I got a license scary. That's about it.
Is it gonna? Would I be a part of the LGBTQ if I transitioned into like a Neuralink patient?
No.
What?
I'm not sure, man.
No, we
not-
would abort
I feel like-
that baby. Sorry.
I'm not sure.
No, I feel. Damn.
Does the plus in LGBTQ plus mean like for plus size people?
Yeah, the fatties. You're queer now.
Man.
The plus sign for me as a queer person is like everybody else.
Fair.
All the other ones that don't have a letter yet.
Alright.
Just anyone. Why can't it just be like there's a word for just have sex with anyone? Like what's the word for like you're into people who are smart? It doesn't matter their gender.
Oh no, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's
It
a
is.
sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's the word for
Idiots.
you just fuck things that walk and have holes?
Straight man.
Yeah, I
Humans. Humans. I know what the word is for other things.
guess. For human holes.
Human
Just
holes.
Yeah, okay,
straight
clarify.
man.
Yeah.
Fair
What's
enough,
the word
yeah.
for
Is
human
she
hole
fat?
fuckers?
Is she hot? Straight man.
I don't know, bro. No, I can't help you out there, dog.
All right.
I have the answers.
Duck, duck, go. Here we go.
Don't look
Duck,
up
go.
human hole fuckers
What
on
do you call
DuckDuckGo.
somebody that'll fuck any hole a straight man for 500? What is straight men?
We need Steve Harvey here for this.
Oh, I mean, okay, so are you talking
She
about
said, "Whoopee."
pansexuality?
Is that what that is?
Because pansexuality is a real thing, and we could talk about it, because I'm pansexual.
All right, briefly. So that just means you'll have sex with anyone. It doesn't
Well-
matter if they're smart, stupid,
well,
attractive.
No, I mean, okay.
You have.
Pansexuality to me means that it doesn't matter if you're a straight man, a trans woman, a non-binary person,
You have
etc.,
holes.
etc. If we vibe and I like my clit feels something special, then like I'm interested. You know, like at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter to me what your gender performance is or what your biology is. It's just like, how do we connect?
Gender
as people?
performance. You said that like we were all computers.
Well, like
we're
gender is like, gender is a spectrum, and like how I see womanhood could be different from how you see it, or like, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think it's wrong to say that all women have uteruses, because I don't believe that to be true. Like,
Some women have penises. I've seen it.
right. You know, like it depends on it all.
I've seen them online. I mean, I would rather watch a woman who happens to be born with a natural cock
Yeah,
fuck a chick
hot.
than
Let's
a
unpack
dude
that.
fuck a chick, because you know a dude, it's just an extra pair of titties in there.
Right.
Once again,
And they
this-
got the shape of a chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Money can buy you. Lots
Once
of
again,
Look that
this
one up.
podcast-
Look at that one up. What are you fucking? I think you might be.
This podcast
pansexual
sponsored by
too.
Sibian, guys.
But yeah, that's
I'm-
pansexuality
no.
to me.
No. I think pansexual just means that it's everything goes, right?
Well, that's it. I think it's like a common misconception, not to like take over things.
We're
in the
rebranding
conversation,
here.
No,
but
yeah.
like to be like okay, so bisexual, you're into men and women, right? So pansexuality is
So-
I'm into men, women, non-binary
Yo.
people,
But
etc.
why are they different than anybody else? I just don't get that. Like
I
we're all
feel like-
human.
Well, not everybody's attracted to non-binary
Yeah.
or trans.
There's
or,
a word for people who are attracted to anime characters.
Oh shit.
Weeboos.
Is that
That's
it?
Whoa.
what?
Yeah, like a weeboo is like someone who's like obsessed
new.
with the.
Is that the WEIBU?
Look it up.
I've seen that in Instagram
it's
handles.
WEEBO, I believe. Weeboo. Look it up, but it's a whole thing where you
Nice,
like
interesting.
fetishize.
That's
it.
the
I
only
love
thing that
this.
follows me on Twitter. It's all Sandra.weeboo.
Sandra, I thought you were gonna say Sandra Bullock.
That would be cool, but it's fake. I already know. I'm not that dumb.
What, Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, a weeboo Sandra Bullock.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unless she's really into
It's
anime.
AI.
Any-
I'm not into that AI porn.
Anywho. Buddha Joe, what's your favorite color? You said black. Never mind. Trick question.
Yeah, look at my nails.
It's black. That's good.
Ta-
It's like a nice
matte,
matte.
tactical, because I ain't no bitch though.
And it's
That's-
good. Like you have it done correctly. It's not over your cuticles or anything like that.
No,
It
this is the
looks
first
nice.
time I actually did it right. I had a Q-tip with some acetone.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you really went all out.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That's
man.
how you do
yeah.
it.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Listen,
That's
Pinkies up.
don't let the tattoos and the bandana and the don't have a bandana.
I
but
got
you
a
know,
steady
yeah.
hand.
don't let that fool you.
that reminds me.
Everyone's
You do ride.
picturing. Yeah.
You do ride a bike. What kind of bike you ride?
I have a Suzuki 1500 Boulevard.
Hell yeah, brother! Did you notice how low my voice
Yeah,
got
he's
when I
like,
hit?
We're talking.
Dude,
We're talking.
I'm
butt,
actually,
brother.
I'm actually thinking about selling it, dog, to work to fund my next project.
Okay.
I've been so busy.
But
I was on the bike
I was
maybe
looking-
5-6 times this
I was
year.
looking to ride next year with you.
Well, I still got it. Maybe
wow.
if I haven't sold it by then.
All right.
But like, I wanted to sound stupid, but traveling for comedy more, hotel
Yeah.
room, flight, it's crazy, right?
So what's the project?
I'm gonna, I want to make, I want to get like an old U-Haul, bro, or old step van, like UPS bread truck with the sliding door.
Step van porn.
No, no, motherfucker.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Just create like a mobile, kind of like luxury stealth camper, but also like a mobile comedy fucking, like if I get a U-Haul, this is gonna sound weird. It's definitely not a rape van. Stop. That's you.
Thank God.
Chill out,
Weld the roll-up door shut. Put it on cables. Fucking portable stage, bro.
Okay.
Like, but I'm gonna
On the road.
I'm gonna
fucking
design a logo that makes it look like an electric company.
Hell yeah.
Like, fucking website, Google Voice phone
You got
number.
a bucket truck.
on the back, it's like, don't call the how am I driving sticker. It's gonna be me. I'm talking shit the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's dope.
Travel for I'm talking about like queen size bed, AC,
Imagine
fucking
doing
Starlink, fucking
Hell
TV,
yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
gaming, editing. So I can be mobile and photographer. Next time I go to Raleigh, I'm bringing out my photography gear and taking pictures, headshots.
Bro, how
of
much is your
people
bike worth?
while I'm down there. My bike? Oh no, this is just for the truck, and then I'm
okay.
He's gonna put-
Dude, I
then
really
I'm
think
gonna-
you
I'm
should
gonna
get the
build
bucket
it.
truck though, because like imagine going up 60 feet and doing comedy. You got this. You got real
I
good.
don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
No, it's not funny.
But just yeah. I just want to travel, do comedy, bro. Fucking,
What would you call this little production?
Let's see here. Oh, I have a name, but I can't tell you it.
Okay.
Just
All right,
Save
all
it.
right.
I love it. A little
Mysterious.
secret.
you
I
don't
love
want
a little
nobody.
secret.
Don't want nobody stealing that
I love it.
domain.
No,
I love it.
No. But it's gonna be a play. The word play off of like comedy.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I like how you do that. You got, what was it? Punchlines and pints.
punchlines and pints.
Melodies and mayhem.
Melodies and
All right, be
Mayhem.
honest. Are you
Yeah.
using AI to come up with these?
No, not at all, bro.
You sure?
Melodies and mayhem.
I feel like you're like,
That's
give
easy.
me the top 50.
No, dude.
Okay.
I'm just like, think of a word for music,
right.
Yeah. Melodies, and then comedy and like mayhem,
Tunes and titties, baby.
And then I
Tunes
switched,
and
Titties and tunes.
titties and tunes.
I switched it from, what was it before? It was Melodies and Mayhem
Yeah.
before it last at the Pulaski Club.
Yeah.
Wanted to make something a little more specific, changing up my flyer game too to be a little bit more recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
So punchlines and pints, great, and
Yeah.
then Nook at Night. I switched it to that.
Killer.
Kind of
like
like
that.
chill vibe.
We all grew up with Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Nook at night. That's dope.
Nick at Night. And actually, I want to start doing something on Wednesdays there, where it's kind of like a Nook at Night, but like story time.
Ooh,
So set up a
I love
couch,
those.
set up like the lighting different, and have a few featured comedians who have stories that are engaging, that are because there's different ways of doing it, and it's a way we can help. It'll be like an open mic, but specifically for storytelling.
Me.
I myself have like some funny stories that I have had difficulties trying to make it into a bit or a set.
Yeah.
So like one example is, let's see, you could be like, yo, I hit a fire hydrant today in front of the school. Okay. I had a fire hydrant in front of the school today and I was scared. Okay, that's emotion. I had a fire hydrant in front of a school and I couldn't be happier, dog. And I was like,
Switch it up.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be a spot for us to work on engaging
Yep.
language that hooks
Hell
people, that gets us more comfortable with storytelling. And the cool aspect of it is that audience members will also be able to go up
Yeah, interact.
and tell
yeah.
a story.
Whoa.
So this we have a little more audience interaction, and it's different than just going up and saying jokes. I have a story about when I was a senior in high school. I substituted my Spanish class. I tricked the principal into making her think I was a substitute teacher. And like I was there for the entire fucking week. I came dressed up. Like now I'm an educator, so now I got to give the class a fucking pep talk. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole fucking thing, but trying to make that into a funny story.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Or things like that. So check that out. I think we're gonna also be doing like a podcast there. Kevin wants to do a podcast, but I think the story time, like Nook at Night story time edition.
I like that. I do dig that.
I think
It's gonna be dope.
Kevin would hop in there and fucking kill it.
Oh yeah,
Kevin's
Oh,
got
he's-
stories
dude.
for days.
Yeah.
Him and
All
Andy.
day. Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they haven't stepped on stage yet. Besides, I mean, I've seen Kevin open up for. What he introduced Lemaire,
just did
Lee,
like
and
a-
all that.
Yeah.
Or Lemaire and Lee. Side.
Yeah. He went up. I mean, the first mic we did, he did go up, and I forget what the fuck he said. He roasted me something
Funny
good,
as
bro.
hell, dude.
He roasted me
He's
something
fun.
good.
Did he?
And then I was like, what did I say? I'm like, give it up for Kevin, the owner, somehow the youngest looking pedophile ever. Right? Can't tell if he's 14 or 40.
Nice.
Like, he went looper. He went back to, like, to get himself. You know
He's
what I'm
Bruce
saying?
Willis and that other dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. that guy?
Yeah, there we go.
No, but it's in good
Nice.
fun. He's talked about being on stage. Like he's given me, I don't do this, but he gave me one gem for a comedian on an open mic, or not an open mic, a roast battle, and I was like, dude, that is so good. I can't not say it. And he's like a comedian in his own right, but what are you gonna do? Like?
Yep.
He's the owner
Mm-hmm.
of a venue, and sometimes you'll see him bartend, sometimes you'll see him cook. And you want to be a comedian on top of that? You got family, you got kids. How do you go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot.
So he might just do it just for shits and gigs, but
Just
it's not going to be his calling.
Right.
You know, nobody would ever quit their job to do comedy full time.
No, no one would do
man.
that.
Wait, ready?
Oh yeah. Well, I had a comedian like, oh hey, you're so inspiring. I want to do that, and I'm like, let me show you my bank account, man.
Yeah.
Like, again, we all have different metrics for what making it is. You know,
Right.
I don't want to be on Netflix. Kill Tony, my worst nightmare ever. I don't like crowds, bro. I'm a fucking, I can't move. I can't get out. You know what I'm saying? Then I gotta take. My goal is like to do what I love and pay my bills. It pays my rent currently. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But that for me is my marker to do that and just be happy. You know,
For sure.
Kevin's not gonna. No one in their right mind should do that. You know,
Right.
my first year I had to junk my car for $500 because I didn't have the money to fix it. Then me and my girl, we had the one car, her car, for like a few months, and then even uphill, baby, we're like, come on, let's go. We're doing the Flintstones, trying to add momentum
yeah.
to the motherfucker, man. And the car situation is situated. This past year, I spent a few grand on portable stages, sound system, lighting, which I did have the opportunity to borrow from some other people.
Yeah.
And it cost me like $5,000 to get, but I felt like I'm 5 years in math class and I'm asking someone to borrow a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, plus more self-sufficient, more reliable, I wouldn't be able to do.
Right.
Wouldn't have been able to do the Ranch Golf Club in Southwick without that. Wouldn't be able to do these private shows without that. And it adds a certain production
Of
value,
course, yeah.
not just like,
Professionalism.
not just a piece of plywood or a piece of I don't know, pallet with some carpet on it, which is fine for certain venues and in a pinch, but especially for these bigger shows that I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And by bigger, I mean just more ingrained into the community and
Right.
specific venues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting into comedy for golf courses. Did that a little bit last year.
That's awesome.
So that's a different aspect I want to do.
Yeah, the whole roasting the golfers. That's a
Super
great
funny,
idea.
man.
Dude. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
I mean, they had no idea. And when they walked up, they were like, "What's this?" And we told them, they were like, "Oh no." But by the time they were done, they were like, "Oh my God, this is so good. Can you follow us?" And we're like, "No, unless you pay us more money. This is
Yeah, right.
bullshit."
What'd you call that again?
So the name I called it is trademarked.
Okay.
I
We
looked
don't have
it
to
up.
say it here. But
No, I looked it up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do something golf course related,
Okay.
where comedy is par for the course.
Ooh.
You know, and I mean everyone gets it. I roasted the mayor of Agawam,
Nice.
told him he smelled like good credit. I was
Okay.
like, "Can you co-sign this for me, dog? Just don't worry about
Real
it,
quick.
bro."
Real quick.
Yeah, man. So that's a different aspect. There's so many different ways, but there's a lot of people who do comedy.
Yeah.
And I'm identifying my niche more and more.
Yeah.
Because for years I felt like I had a key to a door, but didn't know which door it was.
Right.
And I spent every day, all day, trying to find the door, putting the key into the, nope, not this one, not this one. Fuck the key.
Yo.
Identify the door you want to open
Hell yeah.
and craft the key that unlocks that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Damn, dude. That's
what I'm
fucking.
saying?
That's awesome.
That's deep.
I'm just saying, I'm young in comedy, but not, in life experience, dude.
Yeah, man.
So what am I? I'm a comedian. Okay. What am I? A veteran. Okay. What am I? Like, these things don't make us who we are, but they can help identify more of what's real, if that makes any sense.
No, it does, yeah.
So doing these veteran or shows that benefit veteran organizations. That's cool. Plus, also, it gives me the ability to help people even better. You know, the sponsors I get, I don't really say this, but I wish I could be like, hey, I'm a veteran and a comedian, and I do this thing here. I'm sure that cannabis and comedy are both therapeutic for the veteran community and for people in general. Do you want to support my venue, my event, or do you love terrorism? You know, like, but it's beneficial. Man. It adds incentivizing. I did that video with the drone footage of the plastic.
Killed it.
The verb is
fucking killed it.
Killer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do less shows, but all shows I do will have that level of production.
Nice.
That's great, man.
If I'm doing this, why not throw all of my
it.
skills,
Yeah.
every bit of it?
Oh, yeah.
Not only to help me, but showcase the venue, which is cool, to showcase the sponsor, which is cool. And oddly enough, that kind of became a potential lead for some other business. I had a dispensary in Fishkill.
Fishkill, Mass. Yeah.
Or it's Mass. I think this one's in New York.
Fishkill, New York. Oh,
Catskills.
wait,
The
yeah.
Catskills.
Yeah, so it's
you're
like
right.
2 hours away from here.
Catskills.
There's a dispensary.
Fishkills.
Fishkills. Yeah. Fishkill, Catkills.
Yeah, it is New York.
Cat
Yeah.
skills and also fish skills.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the dispensary out there, like, commented on the video and liked it, so I reached out to them. I'm like, hey, listen, if you would like this service, let me know. That's what you do, bro.
Yeah, of course. Marketing.
Like the first time somebody
Gotta
was
sell
like,
yourself.
hey, I'd love to do a brunch show at this venue. You've done a brunch show before, right? I'm like, I've done so many. Never done a brunch show. So many.
Yeah, I'm so well rounded.
Of course.
I know eggs. Eggs and jokes. Eggs and jokes.
I've been actually doing brunch shows for so long. I've been trying to stop, but for
sick of
for
brunch.
you,
I
Right.
could
I
pull
will.
out one more.
but I'm
fucking
I'm putting together a team of people who can edit videos, voiceover actors,
Hell yeah.
keep it short, vertical aspect ratio, 90 seconds long, so you can still promote on Instagram. I believe that's still a cap, if I'm not mistaken, on like any videos or whatnot. But showcasing a venue, showcasing their product or service, what makes them unique about the community. So fuck yeah, let the money come in, bro.
Running those
Fuck
ad
yeah, dude.
services.
And it comes
The
from the
only
stupidest
way-
things too, like
Joe ads.
Buddha Joe Designs, yeah.
Yeah.
Offices in Westfield, Massachusetts. Boom, gotcha. You know, my new studio,
An ad agency. You're gonna be making jingles.
and it comes from
Only
the
way is up, man.
yeah. Like
We're here.
I had my old studio in East Hampton. I met the lady for the final walkthrough for my studio. I'm leaving. I double back. I forget to peel off the vinyl sticker I made for the plaque in front of my suite. And she was like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh well, I made them. I made this one." She goes, "Oh, I thought it was metal." I'm like, "No, the vinyl looks like metal, and I had the black." She goes, "Wow, how much do you charge for those?" And I was like, instantly, I was like, $10, $11. Got to cut the vinyl, got to design it, got to come, got to put it on, got to make sure it's good. And she goes, "I need like 100 of those." And I was like, "All right, send me the quote." I send me your email, I'll send you the quote.
Mm-hmm.
And then she did, and I was like, "All right, half her deposit." It was more money because she needed, but I went back.
Income.
I went back to peel off a
Nice.
sign, and I made $1,000.
Nice.
Like I still got to go back and do the legwork and whatnot. But,
Yeah, but
excuse me. The more I work for myself, the more I see the code in the matrix. I'll be walking down the street, I'm like, business opportunity, or like I'm stuck in traffic, right? And I see a minivan with a baby on board sign. So what do? I go to my studio and I make this fucking daddy
yeah,
on
dude.
board sign.
I love
Like
I need that for the back of my car.
I got right, yeah, right.
For real.
And maybe
Don't
like,
follow too closely, because I'll fuck you up.
but how funny would that be for the people who, like, if I'm gonna make those signs now, right?
Yeah.
So I'll make them, and you put, and people be like, "Oh, daddy on board," And I've met like a few dudes who are like, "Dude, that's funny. I love that
It is.
shirt."
Yeah, for real.
And it's kind of like, it's cute, little funny, like, oh, okay, whatever. But that idea came from being stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
These things come to me just more like jokes come to me. I'll just be I'll just be somewhere doing something, observing it, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
That's funny. Like,
That's good.
This is so stupid. Poop joke, right? I'm running into the house, and I gotta poop. And I thought to myself, how come nobody who's doing the poop walk walks on their heels?
Okay.
It puts too much. You're always on the tip. I don't know. That is a very stupid experience example. But I'm just saying, like these day-to-day experiences, like Stop and Shop. So I do a bit. It didn't happen to me, but I got this from Rob Santos. Jokes don't have to be factual, but they must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at the bank and Stop and Shop. I see an altercation of a very old guy screaming at a dude who ended up being a combat veteran about how shitty his parking was.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is like, dude, back the fuck off. I'm fucking combat veteran,
Mm-hmm.
And he left. But I superimposed myself in that situation. And I was like, I would feel the anger rise, but I'm a comedian. So I played him like, the bit is the guy yelled at me for driving reckless or whatever he thought it was. And he was so old, I figured as he's yelling at me, he has an adult daughter. So I asked him, do you have? He was like, yeah. I goes, why? He goes, because the whole joke is basically I threatened to dilute his lineage. I'm like, get your asparagus and your clementine and get the fuck out of here.
Take your clementine.
I will find your. I will make her fall. I am charismatic than a motherfucker.
I have so much charisma.
My girl's into girls. We both come through.
Ah, let's go.
I will reverse my vasectomy.
For you.
Unsnip the
I will
snip.
impregnate your adult daughter, and you got to see me at Thanksgiving
Every motherfucking year.
Oh, man. That's
Did
great.
that
Let's go.
factually happen? But no. And like, think of your favorite movies. Like mine, Forrest Gump, hands down, like top 3, right? Or whatever song or book, whatever it is. They instill emotions within us that are real.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Forrest Gump isn't real, but when Jenny laid the cheeks down and left him hanging, I was like, yo, my
That
boy,
was fucked up.
that's how
And
you
she
do
gave
that.
him AIDS.
No, she didn't. That was afterwards she came back. No.
It's your
Nuts, man.
But like, it's just a weird thing where like you can see something and tweak it a little bit so the emotions that the audience members feel or the picture you're painting with your words in their head are a little more visceral, a little more tactile, if that makes sense. Which it doesn't, because
But getting them to think for themselves along your ride is, I think, is very key. It's, you listen to Carlin. I mean, everything he's ever done is like, here's my fucking point. Now you're going to listen to me describe this point to you for the next 20 minutes. And then when you're entirely on my, like, seeing it from my point of view, now I'm going to fucking make fun of everything and really make it. It's like, now you're seeing it through his lens. It's like, oh my God, that's fucking great.
nice, man.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm no Carlin, but like a method, I began to describe this earlier, the head, heart, groin method.
Mm-hmm.
So you've heard some of my closing jokes that
Yeah.
are adult, but not very vulgar.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I start off with that. I'm probably going to lose a lot of the crowd. Or it's
Maybe.
not going to be... So I start off with it's so rare to find a place in people. But I'm like, I like to be small spoon when I cuddle. I have black fingernails. My trainer called me a pudgy tank. This bitch. Like, and then I'll go into the more risque, so you don't like start the date like, hey, fucking come, like, you wait till the end when you're, when she walks you to the door, or when she opens up your car door, when she, when she pays for dinner.
I was about to go to
No, yeah.
when
If-
that happens.
Yeah.
When your swing set's stuck
Happens
on
all
the
the
fucking.
time. I'm married, so it happens all the time for me. I don't pay for shit anymore.
Good for you. Good for you.
Oh well,
Controls
I
it.
pay for all the bills, so
Right, and all
There
the
you go.
little interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Just walk around for Christmas putting a bow on like the light switch,
yeah.
fridge,
Oh
on
yeah.
The
hot
taquitos
water
in the
knob,
freezer.
bro. Yeah.
Taquitos.
You should do
I
that.
know.
Like every piece, every article, or every item of food is like double gift wrapped
Fuck yeah.
for Christmas
Come on,
Day.
you want
You're
some
like,
waffles this morning? Here you go.
Merry
Christmas.
Love waffles.
You want to take a
All
hot-
my kids know Santa ain't real either, so.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah, good.
Spoiler alert
Start
for
'em young.
anybody watching.
Anyone who still thinks.
Yeah, sorry. Guys. No, because for me, that was the fucked up thing growing up. Because everyone tried to convince me my whole life, and I was just in the cut like, why you guys setting me? What's up with this long con? you
Yeah.
know?
It's like when the
No.
news says Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Oh yeah, I know.
Can't relate.
It's a real thing. So you ever seen
I've heard.
so they take a video of like every news broadcast across the nation, and they're saying like the same thing verbatim.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
the first one that came out was like something to do politically, but then like the one that just came out recently was all of these broadcast stations saying Taylor Swift is not a psyop, and they all say it the same way, and they like link it, and there's literally like 300 of
Oh,
them,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's so loud you got to turn your shit down because it's literally 300, and it's like a robot because they're all saying the same fucking thing, and it's like, well.
I mean, I stick to a saying I've heard a long time ago. Believe none of what you hear, only half of what you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Man, you've been laying the philosophy on us, really sticking
Buddha
up to that
Joe,
word
dog.
Buddha.
Shit.
The name Buddha, man. Well, dude, we've been in here going on almost 3 hours.
Killing it!
Shit.
Killing
Yeah,
it!
dude.
Eric, don't blow out the
Damn.
mic.
Sorry. I just want to
Literally.
say, could you lead us off with your usual goodbye to the crowd?
Oh, okay, cool.
And say it
If-
like right into that motherfucker.
Okay,
right
cool.
there.
If you guys want to see this in person, come through
Plug your
Tuesday, Pulaski Club. Punchlines and Pints, Thursdays, Nook at Night. 2 comedy open mics in the community. Fantastic. And, as always, it is so rare to find a place and people with whom we can be unequivocally ourselves without fear. Tonight has been the place. We've been the people. I'm Buddha Joe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah! Let's go!
This is Move the Mic Podcast. Dude, that was dope.
Let's go! That was fun!
That was good.
Oh!
Let's fucking go.
I'm so happy I didn't fart in here.